ready, Garrett.
Yeah. Sorry, it's all set up. I
Yeah,
didn't actually
yeah.
tell you. I didn't say anything. I just kind of kept it silent all to myself.
Garrett, I'll recap because it's your fault.
Cool.
Oh, please don't be me. Please don't be me. Please don't be me.
Where do there's recap?
Please.
Noah.
Jenny, for fuck's sake!
Please.
All right, re-rolling.
Yeah.
No, don't do this to me. Oh God, I don't remember anything.
We better have.
You
fun
just
with
got a
that.
refresher.
Yeah, you literally just got a refresher.
Oh, that is true.
Yeah.
Did we actually start with the library?
I mean, there was like a little leading up to it, but yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright. So we're just gonna do this in big spurt events because I don't remember any minute details anymore because it's been too long and I'm tired.
7
So-
days.
It's 7 days later. So anyway, we were like, hey, we can go to the library now, you know? And we can figure out information, but in order to avoid suspicion, we should bring other people. And we should actually probably turn in books. So me, Quinn, and Sully, we all went down to the library and we were trying to be inconspicuous, but of course Lorbin and Sully's sister were there. I wish she wasn't there. But Lorbin was still talking to the librarian, so Sully's sister, Clara, she distracted us for a little bit and then they left, but Clara stayed behind and we started asking questions of the librarian. You know, just things about the past and the small graduating group, which was on the right track. It was very good. And then Sully comes over and he's got the great idea of asking, "Hey, what was up with the team names? They seem to have already been chosen out." And she was like, "They were." And we were like, "What?" And our immediate thought was, "Oh my goodness, the headmaster is a Pathfinder. Let's not ask about that while Clara is still right there." So we go back and we relay information. And then it's just, we had found out about tokens, which is how we got information about the names in the first place. And we were like, well, you know who's never going to go to the library? Porter. So let's go and take Porter. So we took Porter to the library. And I was like, hey, so what's up with the 15 with low team? Like what's the benefit of having a small team? And she was like, token. So we gave her the token. And then she was like, oh, you know, there's a clause or rule. It's the mercy rule. And basically, if everybody else dies or is somehow expelled or knocked out or whatever from the school,
No, it's just death.
it's just death. Then the remaining 15 students, if it drops down to 15 students for whatever reason, then those 15 students automatically graduate. Not move on to the next level. They automatically graduate because if they could make it through what the others couldn't, then they're sure as hell ready to graduate. So that explained Team Iron. And we were like, oh, those selfish pricks. That's why they have 15. So then, I think the next day we went to Fight Club. And why did I call it Fight Club? We went to Fight Club. And Porter was acting a little weird.
What?
That's what it is now. It's just Fight Club.
Wolf, I feel like you skipped a significant event.
Oh, she did.
I couldn't remember if it came before or after Fight Club.
It was a breakfast.
Oh, it was breakfast. Okay, I thought it was dinner for whatever reason. Okay, so breakfast. Let's go backtrack a little bit to breakfast then. When our tot came to us and was like, "Hey, any questions? Y'all all saw what happened with the bells." Cause you know, very morbid farewell with some bells. Quinn didn't get any of that because you know they can't hear. And then suddenly, this man from Team Silver stands up on the table and is like, "Hey, I am looking to leave Team Silver. Me and my companions, these twins, and we're looking to join another team, yada yada. We're like, okay, that's a little weird to be announcing, and you seem kind of like a prick, but go off, I guess. And then he starts making some ruckus, and Sully has had enough and starts talking back to him, and that picks a fight, and then Clara gets involved because apparently they had a run-in before and Scars hurt Clara, and that steps over a line for Sully, and Sully is like, you know what, I issue a challenge to you. And everybody's freaking out because this is not like Sully, why are we going to do a challenge? But, Casper from Team Iron is like, oh, I think that's a great idea. Why don't we do this? And then Sully's like, yeah, this, and this. And we're like, oh, God, don't be doing this, please. But, it's not official until we go to a teacher. So we went to a teacher. Gentile, since, of course she's involved, since it involves history tests. And she thinks it's a great idea. And it's like, okay, challenge issued. It will be on Friday. And we're like, oh, God. So then Fight Club happens. And at Fight Club, Porter is acting very weird. He's acting very distracted, and it's of concern. Great concern. So after he doesn't show up for dinner, along with, I think, Lorben and Court? I want to say it was Court. Quinn and Erwin go off to find what happened to the companions. Quinn going after Court because she likes Court. He likes Court. And Erwin because goes after Porter because he has an idea of where he might be and finds out that Lorben knows and is holding something against Porter. We don't know what it is yet. And is causing Porter to rethink his entire existence. And then Erwin proceeds to beat the crap out of Porter with 1 HP left. And that's where we left off.
Cool. We're going to open back up to Tuesday, where
Tuesday.
it's nothing of significant. Actually, no, not even Tuesday. We're gonna open up to that night, where Quinn goes to go find Barrett because you want to go practice. And you were
Yeah.
practicing with Court, and Court offered suggested you ask Barrett for help.
Yeah. We're gonna go find Barrett.
Where do you go?
Well, we should probably check the kitchen first. He might still be cleaning up from dinner, but that's my best bet.
You go to the kitchen or the dining room?
Oh, we'll try dining room first. That makes sense.
All right. You hear yelling when you enter the room. And if I see one more dirty pot, I'm going to shove this place that don't shine, Barrett. And she, as you see a girl, that has basically you see a like probably in their 30s, short brunette hair girl with an apron on, sort of like has like sort of a chef uniform, actually not an apron, throwing a wooden spoon at Barrett. That's what she looks like. Totally not another character. Totally not. Just looks like Cookie Mama. But
I don't know what Cookie Mama looks like, so that's lost on me.
Why? That is just Cooking Mama.
So that's who you see.
Um,
And right, ma'am. I'll make sure it doesn't happen again. Good. And she like turns to you. Dining room's closed. We're past serving hours.
sorry, I was just hoping to talk to Barrett about something.
She like glares at Barrett. Of course, when I'm on my break, ma'am. Yeah, you finish with this, you can go on break. Remember, I do not play with my warnings, Barrett. Right, ma'am, right. And she'll storm back off to the kitchen. And he'll just smile at you. I'll come find you. Where are you gonna be?
The music classroom.
Cool. Just give me like 20 minutes.
Yeah. We'll go back to the music classroom.
All right. 20 minutes later, after your idling town.
Barrett being abused.
Yeah, he's being abused. He's he'll enter the music classroom. Sorry about that. Michelle can get a bit abrasive.
I was gonna say intense. Not the best boss, it seems like.
No, she's actually pretty sweet. She just has some kind of like mood swings. Depends on what she's cooking, honestly.
So, whatever we have for dinner today is not a day to get on her bad side.
It's more like what she's getting ready for, prepping for tomorrow. Making some chili, which really just gets her angry.
Okay. So the day before chili day is no good. She'll be fine tomorrow, right?
Hopefully. Most of the staff can't handle 2 days of that.
I was hoping you could help me out with a song I'm working on for history class.
Sure. Not sure how much help I could be, but I'll try.
Well, all I can tell is what it should sound like. I can't quite figure out if it's working the way I want it to. So I figure between you and Court, we can
Does he know you're deaf?
What?
He doesn't know you're deaf. Okay.
Oh, he doesn't know I'm deaf.
What do you mean you can't figure out? You seem pretty. Actually, you didn't play. What do you mean you can't
Yeah, I
figure
did
out? Are you
play.
bad at reading music or something?
I forgot I didn't tell you I can't hear.
Well, you can't hear. Like you're deaf.
Yeah.
He blinks a few times. Oh, damn. Sorry. You're really good at speaking.
Thinking about it now, you probably wouldn't have given me a token if you had known that.
He'll smile. You kidding me? That's just more amazing that you got this far and you can't even hear. The fact that you're having this conversation right now, I couldn't have told the difference.
That's taken a lot of practice. But that's why I need someone else to double check my work here. This is what I'm good at, but I can't do it alone.
Well, seeing that we're partners out because that token, I can help. At least still I have to go back to work.
I do have I already have a bit of an idea of what I want to do for it. He's gonna pick up the lute and start filling with the strings. James, I'm going for Hotel California vibe.
Why?
I don't know. That was the first song I could think of that I was like, yes, yeah, this is the kind of song I'm writing.
Why is this what you say? Okay.
Of course, there are no words yet, but once you get the rhythm
God.
down, you can fill in words later once actual things happen.
We won't do an ability test right now. We'll just do some performance right now. Make a performance test.
Cool. That's a 17.
You guys basically spend the next 30 minutes. As he listens to you come together with a song, he'll show you some pointers the best he can. Someone who can't hear what you're doing, you're still doing a pretty good job. And I think if you improve on what I just said, it can really turn into something really great. I'm liking it so far, though.
It's good. Jinsel has really high standards, so I want to make sure I start working on it now.
Yeah, I've seen how she deals with her students when it comes to project time. It's not a fun event.
She gave off a much more easygoing impression last week.
She's probably the nicest professor in this school, but I think she's the scariest, honestly. She flips like a switch.
I feel like Rufus is probably up there as well, in the way of nice.
He's nice, but he's gotten a bit bitter from what I've heard. He used to be just as bubbly and cordial as gentle, but he has more of a morbid vibe going on.
Hope to never see that side.
Hopefully not. Well, anyways, I have to get back to work, but you're doing a good job.
Of course. Thank you. And thank you for the croissant the other day. Or that was this morning. This morning.
Don't mention it. You gotta make sure my bets are in the right place. Gotta keep you healthy. He'll just laugh and
course.
he'll smile and leave.
So I'll probably
And
start
then-
keep working on it a little bit longer before bed.
You see when he leaves, Quartz looks at you and starts beaming at you.
What?
She just giggles and keeps looking at you. Croissant? She signs.
Oh, I woke up this morning and there was a croissant and orange juice outside of my room. I just assumed it was him.
Her smile gets bigger. And then she... Did you say anything?
What?
Nothing. Just first croissant, first token, now croissant, then private lessons. You sure you didn't want me to leave earlier?
No, Court, you're fine. I need as much help like other opinions as I can get.
Or maybe you just wanted Barrett's opinion. We should see if he's free tomorrow too. You gotta keep practicing, right?
I don't want to take up all of his breaks, especially with a boss as rough as that.
You're right. I'll ask for you. I have to go though. And she'll just pop up. Bye.
Court the OG shipper.
Court's the new Emerald.
Oh my god, twist!
Court
Oh
is
my
not sassy enough to be Emerald.
That is very true. I like Court a lot more than I liked Emerald. Yeah, I'll probably practice a little bit longer before going to bed.
All right.
I need to start keeping a list of who knows the Quinn's death because I forget. I thought Barrett was on the list.
So Barrett was not on the list.
He is now.
Tuesday arrives, and of course we hear the scream from Sully of "Oh God, why?" As Sully comes to, and whatever outburst he had last time. Sully, did you say anything to the rest of your friends after your outburst?
He slides out of his room and keeps his back to the wall as he makes his way to the door.
Erwin, you see this. I'm assuming you get up first.
Is everything all right?
Yeah, perfectly fine. Totally not like I just picked a fight with someone who could totally kill me and probably just put Clara's arm usage in danger.
So you've come back to your senses.
Yeah?
At least someone's able to fix themselves. But you're still locked into this.
I know, but why did the... I have no idea what happened to me. I think I'm broken.
At this point, till you hear it and you come out too as well. And Quinn comes out not because he hears it, but because he just comes out around this time.
Yeah, this is my. Quinn has a very strict routine. That's how he gets up on time.
Beautiful.
Mm-hmm. Are you okay, Sully?
Perfectly fine, perfectly fine. Like I was saying, totally just didn't throw myself into the deepest grave I could dig.
Oh,
Impressive.
you're just realizing it now.
I don't even remember what happened yesterday, to be honest, all except for that.
So you do remember the challenge, though, right?
I remember the challenge. I put Claire's arm at risk, and now all this. No, what the? What was wrong with me?
Well, whatever it was, there's no turning back now, so at some point we
Do-
gotta make our plans on how to win the challenge.
Do you remember that you can teleport, or do you have to relearn that too?
I think I remember that. He's gonna teleport across the room. Yeah, I can do that.
Okay, we're still good.
When
I was
can
really
he
worried.
teleport?
Oh, we were in the library and he was reading an attuned book and realized, oh, I can do this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, any ideas for this plan that Sully needs to come up with?
I think first off, he needs to pick who is gonna make go through with it.
I believe that's part of the plan, unless you're planning on abandoning him.
Prefer you don't abandon me.
Well, my first suggestion is that Erwin is definitely one of the ones because he can fly.
Fair.
Okay.
I suppose.
Maybe you, Toto? You and Kodal?
Total would be useful in a game of keep away.
Yeah. Hey, what is exactly the shape of this thing that we're trying to keep away?
Don't know. I've never played it before.
It's a hook.
Seeing as it's called capture the hook, I would assume something like a fishing hook, or maybe more similar in size to not in size, but in style to an anchor, or like a crane hook.
I can't say I'm familiar with it myself either.
Well, if you think I would be good, then I've got no qualms about it. Kodal can act as a fourth member at least.
Of course, we could
We've
always
already
rely
fought
on...
with each other, so synergy, right?
Synergy.
We could always rely on other members from our team as well. We're not the only ones here.
Exactly.
Because I was going to also suggest maybe somebody like Porter, who's got the speed for it. Or maybe
Or-
even...
I was going to suggest Kino if you could convince her it's worth her energy.
I'm not so sure that we'll be able to do something like that with her.
Well, our team leader is also a Beastmaster. And if I remember correctly, wasn't he the one that has the crow?
Raven, yeah.
Yeah, so second flyer right there.
But having your main strategy focus around the sky is almost like putting all your eggs in one basket.
That is very true. We don't know much about them and what they're capable of.
Then maybe we should keep an eye on them for a little while, yeah? Try and figure out what we can about them.
If any of them are in my classes today, I'll take note.
They may be trying to stay cautious anyways.
They don't seem like the cautious kind.
Looks can be deceiving, especially here.
True. Probably not going to be careless at the very least.
All right. So do you guys go to breakfast then?
Yep.
Yeah.
On the way to breakfast, you see that sort of in the hallway, outside of Fee's door, is Fee and Porter talking, and the rest of your team is heading to breakfast.
Oh,
When you-
Erwin, you managed to find Porter, right?
Yes. Or we're just gonna keep walking.
Mhm.
Whatever he's talking about with Fee isn't necessarily his business.
All right. Is that the end of that conversation, or do you have more?
No. I mean,
I was talking to Quinn.
That's fair. Unless Quinn.
Where was he then?
Well, he was in the first place that I thought to look, so he was over Ian's arena.
That makes sense, honestly. I'm not gonna probe. I assume he was probably training or something.
All right.
You know?
You guys head to breakfast, and you eat breakfast, and you don't see Porter. Everyone else is still there. You look over at Team Gold, and you see that Meek hasn't bothered you actually, and since Friday, you haven't seen Meek, and she's like staring at Finn with like daggers in her eyes, and he's just ignoring her the best he can.
Yeah, alright.
And yeah, and you.
How's Juno looking over there?
She's looking very uncomfortable, and she's you know your sister. She's trying to keep appearances and talk to Finn, but she looks very scared.
Mm-hmm. She hasn't
And,
made her decision and told them yet.
Yeah. And then Chris is trying his best to talk to Meek, who's ignoring him.
I see.
Over at Team Iron, you see that Iron is having a conversation with Clara mainly. Everyone seems to be focusing on her. And then at Team Glass, you see that Diamond and Ted are talking to Scars and the twins.
Huh.
And then Team Silver Sable, they look miserable. So, but yeah, all breakfast goes by. You don't see Porter. Classes move on, and you start with enchanting, normal stuff. You have homework, things like that. Nothing out of the ordinary. Just teaching you, basically going more in depth about breaking down enchanting and trying to understand what you quickly did last week, so you can do it better and more consistently. From
Trying
there,
to be able to actually know what I'm doing with it instead of winging it.
yes, there's a student council meeting, of course, politics, and nothing is brought up. No one brings up any new amendments or anything.
Okay.
And you guys are basically, you see Leanne go on a rant. He seems to be drunk or maybe tipsy, and he's breaking down the complexity of how dumb the mage's political system is, and how how their monarchy is just a front for corruption and lack of judgment.
I'm sorry. What? You talking shit about my family?
Yes.
What?
Giving you eye contact the entire time, smiling.
I don't have a choice but to give him eye. I was gonna say lip contact because
lip
I was like, no, I'm not
contact.
looking at.
I have no
because
choice
I'm not
but to
looking at his
tease.
eyes. Because I'm not looking at his eyes. I'm watching his mouth, but I have no choice but to look at him.
Please don't give Professor Leanne lip contact.
I'm not going to.
All that's left is mouth to mouth combat.
All that's left for us is mouth to mouth combat.
Wait, I meant debating. Fuck, that sounded way better in my head.
That's gonna become politics class.
God.
Meek is in it.
Yeah. Actually, you know what? There is an amendment.
There's a
I have
what?
actually something I want to bring up as just student council, and everyone looks at Meek. I suggest we add lunch to the menu and allow people to actually eat.
Fuck, I support that.
Oh, I was wondering how long it'd take for someone to actually bring that up. For the last class, it took about half a year before they realized they could just access.
God damn it. So wait, we're able to make scheduling decisions.
Wait.
Like a lunchtime. Oh god, we could have been eating lunch for this entire half year.
Meek, I think that sounds like a wonderful idea, and I would like to second this proposition.
Alright. I'm actually gonna go back to my notes because I'm actually curious what the voting power is right now.
Yeah, this'll give me an update on what the voting power is.
Where did I put those notes?
Because I know the largest team gives you 2 more.
That's this one. There it is. Where are your team points at? Somewhere they exist. Documents. I put those fours in.
So iron has 14, gold has 7, fee has 6, wood has 8, glass has 4, and silver has 4. At least last time you gave us an update.
So because iron's in first place and iron is the current owner of the Heroes Corner, they get 4 extra voting points.
Is that because of first place and
Yes, because
Winner's Corner?
Yes, they're in first place and they have the Heroes Corner.
Okay, so if someone else was tied for first place with them,
They would also get the first place bonus, but not the Heroes Corner.
okay, cool.
I think gold has the most members. Yes, I think you're like second off from them. Yeah, gold has the most members. So they are at an extra point.
It's 2.
They have an extra 2 points for having those members. And yeah, that one is not in play, so I'm gonna say that. So
And fee just like doesn't have any representation here.
exactly. So the voting power goes mainly. So it's 4 voting. Basically, they had 5. Team Iron has 5 points of voting.
Mhm.
Team Gold has 3 points of voting, and everyone else is at 1 point of voting.
1.
Yes.
So to be able to disagree with iron right now, everyone else has to be on the same side.
Is.
I don't know how I feel about that.
That's an interesting proposition, Casper will speak up, but it seems we have the voting power here to make that push through, as we're pretty split down the middle right now. Are you seriously going to argue about lunch? No, we're not arguing about lunch. We just thought that we should add a bit more fun to this type of game. Meagle looks very suspicious. How about this? We'll throw in our votes so we can all eat lunch, but we add an amendment to that. Instead of Heroes Corner going to the first person who grabbed it and also in first place, it's the person who's first place has to challenge the current owner of Heroes Corner. And if they win, they gain the corner. If they lose, No matter what placement that team's in, they still keep the corner. If we want to add some limitation, we can say they can challenge them once a week to keep trying to gain it.
Or the rest of us can simply all vote against you, and if
You
the
have a
rest of us
stalemate.
agree. No.
Yes.
If
3-1-1.
gold, silver, glass, and wood all vote to enact lunch without that rule,
3-1-1.
and you vote against it. 3-1-1-1.
5. What's the other one?
Versus 5.
Oh, you
Gold,
want silver.
silver, glass, wood. I think
Oh.
you're likely the only people that would disagree with having lunch on the menu.
Is that right, Scars? I don't know. That kind of seems like fun, having a challenge for the corner.
Fuck Scars. God. Scars is a little asshole.
Sorry, Prince. I was getting confused by your math, but I think you're counting Scars on your side a bit too early.
I was hoping to count the rest of his team and not necessarily Scars.
But do you forget I'm the leader here?
I do forget that you're the kind of person that would go against the rest of your team's wishes.
Sorry that my team's a bunch of weaklings that shouldn't have applied to the academy to begin with. They had their chance, and they failed.
What kind of challenge would the Hero's Corner entail?
I was simply thinking something said by the current owner. They present the challenge, and the challenger has to accept. Unless you wanted to add more stipulation to that.
I personally believe that the challengers should get the slight advantage of getting to choose the challenge.
Yeah, if you're going to just, desperately hang on to that precious little corner of yours, at least give our people an opportunity to have more fun with it.
Yeah,
And
it makes it
would,
more entertaining.
Yeah, and Scars, you could make them deadly and horrible if you get to choose a challenge. I like your thinking there.
So how about you do have to challenge for the Hero's Corner, but the challenging team gets to choose.
Or if we do it the other way and we have the Heroes Corner pick the challenges, things could be difficult, which can be fun in its own right. Right, Scars? He thinks about it. That's also true. If you know what you're going to have.
Difficult and dominating are two different things.
Ability battle.
All right. Bro, I think this is the perfect time for me to use dealer.
It is going to be you versus Casper.
Okay.
And you're trying to convince Scars to see your way.
I would like to use charisma because actually. Yeah, we'll use charisma because I'm trying to show him which one's going to be more fun.
All right, that's fair. All right, what's what's your CPs to be used on?
Let's see. Ooh.
Got it. Cool. I already have mine.
So I was seeing that there's no way I could make sweet talk work.
What do you
mean? It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen, James.
What do you mean?
Also, there's too much of a risk. Like, if he doesn't like me, it just fucks me.
What do you mean?
Sorry, James. My charisma die is too high to risk that.
Do you mean sunshine?
All right. So we're gonna use straight talk to deliver the facts of how words how this will make it more fun. It makes it means that the position's going to bounce around a lot more if the people that are challenging get to decide the challenge. It's going to be different every time, more than likely. It's not going to be the same thing every time. It's more fun. And then so that's a +3. I'm writing things down. And I'd like to use persuasion.
Okay.
I like
Yeah.
persuasion.
You can add your persuasion.
Yeah. And then Sorry, James, I have a lot of TP because I'm using charisma, but I don't have many social skills because I had already spent a solid amount of points in combat stuff.
Who?
I didn't want to make an arm every day.
You coward.
Want to go back to that?
You coward.
All right. And then we're gonna use dealer. Right.
Okay.
I have to think of what my deal is gonna be.
Okay.
That has to do with the battle, and the target agrees to it. I wish I was an intelligent person.
You don't have to come up with something if you don't want to.
Yeah, I don't think I can come up with anything for this, honestly.
You're already making it deal, which is what you're saying. It'd be fun if you choose a challenge.
Yeah, honestly, like I can't come up with anything more than that.
A challenge still happens, but you want to be able to decide it. So you're compromising. That's the deal. So which one are you picking? The +4 or the +2?
I will take. You mean the +4 or the -3?
Are you going to give yourself +4 or are you going to give yourself a +2?
Where's the +2 coming from?
You will either add a +4 to your roll and give a -3 to your target's roll, or you'll give yourself +2 to your roll and give a -4 to your target's roll.
Oh. It just my copy just says or vice versa.
Yeah, you spaced me out when I said, "Oh, Rebel, I changed it."
Oh.
When we were talking about it.
I'll take the +4 to mine.
Okay.
Just in case he has something that negates like negatives.
All right, cool.
So he gets a -3, right?
Yep. So is that all yours?
Was that enough of a deal for the D8 or just because I didn't come up with anything more? Yeah.
I'll give you the D8, yeah.
Cool. Then that's all. Yeah.
Oh, what the... Stop. Stop. What are you doing? Stop. It's losing its mind. Roll 20 is losing its mind. Okay. Go away. I'm sorry. Go away.
Is your roll 20 really being the best system it can?
It's just pissing with Casper's sheet right now. There we go.
Yeah.
So -3. All I'm saying is the prince makes a good argument, but that's just sort of the thing, isn't it? The prince is always making a great argument about stuff that may not be good in the long run. Was the one that advocated and ended up forcing our hand in that elimination, which is what your team is feeling the most right now, Scars. That seems like kind of personally attacked us, personally after you. Plus, he is on the side of the person that's actively threatening you and was spitting on your name, honestly. So who knows what this prince's real motives are? He's gonna use Mudslinger. So you're gonna take a -4 to your roll. And because he brought the fact that Sully has been talking about Scars, another -4.
Of course.
So you get a -8. And then he's going to add his persuasion as well.
You know, why not?
Just doesn't like that. What is
But
yeah?
well, Caspar is right about this. I would say that Scars, you haven't been the one affected by this. As you said earlier, your team is full of weaklings that shouldn't have applied to the school. Wouldn't you agree that the elimination helped you realize that? All it did was weed out the muck of your team.
He'll
I'm
just
gonna
sort of
try
look
to
at you.
sweet talk a little bit on that, but
Alright.
but
So you're sweet talking? It's all in. Are you using sweet talk?
oh, it says you will add. Oh, it doesn't
Yeah.
say may.
Yeah, you will.
Ooh, that's not worth it. That's not worth it.
Are you doing it?
No,
It's an all-in thing.
no.
All right. So you retract that statement. And then he's going to, plus, think about it. Think about what we've done. I've done nothing but make fun around the school. You've seen what I did. We've had some chats. You've all seen what we're capable of, how far ahead we are in points. We're doing this because we know how the school works. We know how these teachers act, and we know what's going to happen next. You think it's just because of our own selfish reasons, but this will help everyone in the long run. Trust me. So he's merit for being the best team so far.
Of course he is.
He's gonna give himself +3 as well, but that's all I'll do. He doesn't really have much merit outside of that.
Yeah. At least not that like people would care about.
And then anything else we'll do? Plus, let's be honest here, Scars. I'm not gonna be holding this throne for long. Team Iron won't. And as amazing as a fighter you are, if the challenge is in another ring, people like the Prince over here may try to use other things to throw you off. You know, boring things like debates like what we're having right now. And I know how much you hate debates. Would you really want someone that weak to win you over in the hero's corner? Would you really want to lose like that? He's gonna threaten him.
Bruh. Bruh.
There you go. Cool. And can I do? All right, cool. And I get to do that. Cool. That's all he's doing.
That
So
scares me.
you ready to roll? I think all he did was give you that -8. That was it. In
Yeah,
total.
the -8 did hurt quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. That's all I'm doing.
All right, then let's do this.
All right. That could have been a lot worse.
That could have been.
That could have been.
6 plus. What is this guy? So it's basically +2.
Yeah. Worst case scenario, I lose.
Come on! I'm gonna coin.
No, James.
Here, I'll make it public so you can see it.
I want to know why you coined.
Oh, I got a 14 in total. Oh wait, sorry, that's why. There's another. He beat you because there's another. Actually, no, did he? Hold on. Pause that. Yeah, he beat you. I did it. No. There's another +6 to that. I forgot to add.
Aww.
Yeah, 20.
James. James. I got really excited because I saw that the number was still lower than mine.
I don't know. I kind of like. I'm so excited I beat you in ability battle for first time.
Wait, James.
No,
when
is
you
there something
use
you can do?
when you use your coin, do you get to
Yeah.
re-roll the d6 too, or is it just a d20?
Well, it will be just a d20, but the funny thing is, I rolled a 5 on both.
Oh, okay.
The number does
That
not
was
change.
that was my last chance.
You almost got me. I got scared for a bit. Yeah, no, I rolled a 5 on both, so that would not matter.
You know, she made a good point.
Yeah, she did make a good point. That is true. I wouldn't
I
have
had
rolled
a
that
really
at
good point. The downside is you rolled a 5 both times.
So.
Damn.
You know what? Spritzing wood, especially with Sully around. I think I'm gonna side with Mr. Iron for now. You see, Meek looks really annoyed. She just takes a long sigh. Well, as dumb as that is, I still kind of want lunch, and I think we all have confidence that we'll be able to beat Mr. Casper's butt when time comes.
I believe if we have lunch, we're more likely to beat his butt.
Well, I'm sort of on you guys' side. My vote's with Quinn right now. Don't really like what's going on with Scars, but I do admire the aggression. And he'll just sort of smile at that. So, are we ready to bring it to a vote then? I do think we are. All in favor? So with we're going off of Mr. Casper's amendment and sort of bill. Who's in favor? And team silver, team iron, team glass, and team gold will be in favor. Well, team wood.
I'll be in favor.
Unanimous vote. Congratulations. Lunchtime, we do have a set time. We'll just have it during, let's see.
We can push a class later, push classes later by an hour and have it between something. It's a matter of whether you want it between 2 and 3 or between 1 and 2, or alternate days like that. Because we could have it after history on Mondays and Wednesdays, and then after magic on Tuesdays and Thursdays.
After magic.
After magic.
No, we'll just push politics back an hour. And history. Not history, combat. Combat.
Okay.
We will make it at 1 p.m. and we'll push back the other classes by an hour. Congratulations. Now on to the lesson. And then we'll have a little spill. Congratulations, guys. You have lunch now. But there's been a new rule added. Write that down.
Yeah. Let me redo. Excel won't let me drag merged cells, so I had to unmerge everything. Are lunch and dinner at the same time on Fridays, or as they are the other days, or do they not exist?
Lunch and dinner?
Well, I don't have. Are they the same time on Fridays because they're not on my Friday schedule?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Sweet.
Cool. Afterwards, politics is over, and it basically is a normal dinner. For the rest of you, was anyone doing anything? For those who didn't have classes, Sully, Erwin, and Toto.
Nothing in particular.
No, and I think Sully is still gone.
Nope.
Unless Toto or somebody wanted to talk to me during those times, then no.
All right. Then we'll fast forward dinner, and dinner is normal. You see Scars now is talking to Team Iron, having a laugh about something. You don't see Clara at dinner. You also don't see Porter either.
Erwin, since you found him yesterday, do you know why Porter's been skipping meals? concerning me at this point.
Is Fee here this time, James?
Fee's not here either.
Hmm.
Mm.
Well, Lorben seems to be holding something over his head.
Mm. Interesting.
Lorben is what?
He has
Like a
some...
blackmail?
Yes, yeah. He has some sort of dirt on him.
Mm.
Something that I'm trying not to meddle in too much, but he continues to be like this, then I don't know if we have much of a choice.
Sully, right now they're at dinner. Your sister's not there, Porter's not there, and Fee's not there.
No need to be worried.
All right.
And Scars is talking to Iron?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, I should probably mention to y'all before word gets out and you'll get mad at me again. The situation with the heroes table. So Meek proposed that we add lunch, which is a great idea, but then Caspar and Scars introduced the idea that to gain heroes table, you must challenge the current occupants and to a game of their choice. And if you lose, then they get to keep heroes table regardless of what place they're in. They-
I don't really see what bearing that has on lunch.
It was it's tacking it on to a rule that everyone wants because it's quite difficult right now to outweigh Iron's voting power. And I don't see their power changing anytime soon with the new Heroes Table amendment.
I see. That makes things difficult, but I suppose there's nothing you could have done.
Mm-hmm. But we should figure out what dirt they have on Porter pretty soon.
It's something that he doesn't want to get out, so I doubt we'll be able to figure much out. Not without violating whatever little privacy he wants to have.
Fair enough. Then I guess we have to find a way to shut Lorben up. Maybe find a bit of dirt on him in return.
I'm sure something exists for a weasel like him.
Sully, do you know why your sister's not here?
Oh, she could be in the library. Actually, probably where she is.
So
Well,
you don't think it should be cause for concern, or?
I mean, for right now.
I would check in with her later.
Especially with the upcoming challenge. I know she's not involved in it, but she is part of the wager.
Well, no. I don't even mean about that. Well, I guess it is about that, but more to the point, she was... You may have missed this earlier today, but she was the center of attention during breakfast at the Team Iron table. If she's not here now, then something's likely up. Whether that's necessarily a good or bad thing, I'm not so sure of. I don't want to say I'm sending you over there for intelligence gathering, but that is partially why I'm sending you. Why I'd ask you to go over and try to see what's going on with her.
Is that directed to Sully?
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't think they'd welcome me with open arms.
I'm not asking you to go talk to Team Iron, I'm asking you to talk to your sister.
I'll rephrase that. I don't think she's going to welcome me with open arms.
But she'll at least talk to you. You might be able to pick up something from her.
You know her better than all of us.
Except for maybe Toto.
For the love of God.
Yeah. Well,
I guess you won't be able to live that one down?
It was
Toto, didn't
completely
you
my
like
fault.
touch their back or something? Like grab her by the neck or something like that?
I might have brushed the back of her neck when we were talking one time and almost got my arm ripped off.
Like creepily touching someone's neck? Oh, that's so weird.
It wasn't for those purposes.
I believe him.
Thank you,
I
Sully.
I'd
believe
likely
him
react
too.
the same, though.
Yeah, that sounds really creepy.
Hey, I'm not
Kinda
blaming her.
creepy.
I'm not blaming her for doing it. But that was not the intention.
Perhaps you should be more upfront with your intentions.
I don't think he can afford to do that, especially
Can
in
I
the
just
situation.
glare? I am just gonna glare at Quinn.
Quinn's got a little smirk on his face. I don't mean like that. I mean, come up with a reason to be buddy-buddy with her, more than creepily touching the back of her neck.
Is that how you flirt with girls, Toto?
No.
Not a good thing. Well, if you need pointers, Toto, I'm always
I
here.
am not asking for pointers on anything. And I would really appreciate if this was not brought up again, especially not anywhere near Clara, because,
Well, Clara's not anywhere near here.
yeah, but it doesn't make it any better, you know? Mistakes were made, Quinn. Mistakes were made.
Oh, like tackling my sister, mistakes were made.
That was a very happy
You did
accident.
what?
It was when we first met.
Are you sure you're not like a creep or something, Toto? Taps gets more scared.
I feel so bad for Taps. I feel so bad.
No, Toto just doesn't have any concept of personal boundaries. Then put a hand on his shoulder.
I do some of the time. Most of the time I do. Running into your sister like that was a happy accident. Okay? And besides, I backed off. Right? I haven't said anything more to her, right? Exactly.
She's also on a separate team from you.
Yeah, but I also would really prefer not to have Quinn on my bad side. He kind of runs the student council on our behalf.
So if Quinn wasn't in the picture, you're saying you just be a wolf, right?
I'm gonna go work on my history.
I don't suppose any of you have heard from Porter?
No.
No more than you have.
Barkley goes silent. No, not at all. No, I haven't heard from him a whole week so far.
Oh, Barkley does share a room with him. Like a little
Yeah.
section.
I'm pretty sure everyone we're talking to shares a room with him.
Yes.
Oh. That makes
These
sense.
four share a room.
Oh, okay.
So you don't have any idea why he's been talking to Fee then?
Yada, something about. I'm trying to figure something out, prove himself or something. I heard something like that when I went by, but Fee scares me, so I didn't stick around too long. Barkley stays silent.
It seems like you know something, Barkley.
Uh, nothing. He's fine. He's just working through something right now. He's holding back information.
Yeah, I kind of figured. Seems to be a bit more than working through something.
Fine. All I know is last night he woke me up in the middle of the night, crazed, half, I don't know, afraid or something. Asked me if he let me challenge Team Iron to a battle. I told him no and told him to go back to sleep.
Challenge Team Iron?
He said someone on Team Iron and didn't give me details. He just wanted to fight them. And I said no. He got angry, went to sleep, and then asked me again in the morning. And I told him no again. Then he gave me the cold shoulder and walked off.
So that's how he plans on getting out of this. So he wants to challenge Lorben, I suppose. Probably
Makes
to
sense
not
that
reveal that information about him.
wouldn't issuing a formal challenge like that bring more attention to the fact that there is information on him?
That's true, but what other way in this school can he get Lorben to shut up?
Fair.
Maybe he's not trying to get Laura to shut up. Think about who he is. Warriors don't care about rumors. They care about proving themselves.
Then perhaps what he's saying is less of a rumor and more an insult. And by not allowing him to fight, we may be insulting his own pride ourselves.
We should... Barkley, I think we should hear him out about more why he wants to fight Lorben.
You guys can talk to him all you want. Don't get me wrong. Talk to him until he stops acting crazy. But we already have one suicidal person in our group doing something dumb this week. We're not going to get two. I'm not going to accept any more challenges. We shouldn't have started them to begin with. We're not exactly the ideal picture of strength.
I don't disagree with you.
Especially coming from Team Iron. We know how they are, and we know that everything they do has some type of second motive. You don't go walking straight into a trap. I don't care how prideful you are.
Which is why we need to figure out why Porter's so set on this.
I'm afraid Porter's going to walk into that trap whether we let him or not. That is, if he can convince Fee to let him.
You think that's why he went to Fee? Is he trying
Wait, James, the rule is that the accepting team, like the team that the person goes to, has to majority rule.
Majority rule or leader? Leader in every team decision, leader always overrides.
Okay, but it's a matter of like if you're leaving a team, is it the vote of the
You can
team
leave
you're
a team
going
whenever
to, or
you want.
Okay.
The accepting team has to let you in, but you can leave a team without any strings attached.
Okay.
Right now.
Yeah. See ya.
See you.
And then suddenly, Erwin disappeared and reappeared next to Team Gold.
A flash of lightning happened to be there. That's a good point that he's talking to Fee then.
I understand your reasoning, Barkley, and I'm not trying to go against it. I'm just trying to make sure we fully understand the situation at hand.
I know. I see him, I'll talk to him, try to get some sense into him. He's just gonna get himself expelled if he ends up jumping teams. But I don't want to back him on this because Iron's gonna take more than just his expulsion if he tries to challenge under our name. We know how much Kasparov has a hate boner for Quinn. Who knows what other hatred he holds for us.
And knowing Porter, he would take whatever terms on this challenge.
So, do we perhaps let him see how this plays out with him and Fee?
That's just what I'm thinking about. I guess this is what it means to be part of this school. You want to be a good friend, you want to be a good guy, but then you're risking yourself. We could just let Porter do whatever he wants. It doesn't affect our team. Losing one member won't hurt. There's plenty of people, he points to Team Silver, he can replace them. But it's the fact that we could just lose Porter.
That's what I'm concerned about. Porter's too big of an asset.
He is pretty good at physical challenges, but when it comes to Witzel, he's kind of a massive setback. Maybe it's best if he went home. He is pretty young.
We need to diversify our needs. And
if you talk about Porter like that, you may as well be talking about me in reverse.
On the contrary, you have a brain up there enough to strategize in combat. Ugh, people heard about your tremor root fight. You're not useless, unlike the boy who blinded himself on light scurries. You can push yourself to be useful in battle. I'm afraid Porter can't push himself the other way to be useful outside of it.
But the important thing is that he's useful in battle here. Which means I don't want to see him make one bad decision and lose his chances.
Well, now you're thinking as a personal friend and not as an asset to the team. Which is it? Are you doing it because you like him? Or are you doing it because you think he'll help Team Wood?
Suppose it's probably a little bit of both. Potential asset and a bit of a friend. We have all made it this far together, at least.
Suppose you're right. Yeah, it's been pretty rough, but we have been together, like when Sully helped me with my enchanting. We're better if we work together.
Exactly. Our skills can make up for Porter's shortcomings.
I especially can't think of anyone in this group that's nearly as fast as he is.
In this group, I can hardly think of anyone in this team. None of the other teams are faster than him.
There's likely a reason that Lorben's targeting him.
If Lorben sees him as a threat, then we should see him as an asset.
Either way, I'm not fully convinced on how much we should be protecting this asset. I'm gonna go for a walk. You guys decide what's gonna happen with Porter.
I think to decide what's going to happen with Porter, we have to find him first.
I doubt you'll be able to get anything out of him.
It sounded like you got pretty close last time. Erwin, why don't you try again? or maybe bring someone else with you, like Quinn. Not Quinn. I meant to say the Toto. Like Toto, they seem to like each other.
I suppose I could try again.
Or even Sully. Aren't you guys like in the same? Actually, is Sully in that class? Sully's in gardening, isn't he?
Yeah.
Aren't you guys like in the same class together?
Just because we're in the same class doesn't mean I'll be able to get through to him.
Yeah, but you managed to make sure he didn't kill himself in gardening. I heard he wanted to chase a storm chaser, and you guys stopped him.
That was more Erwin and Toto than me.
Well, Sully, if you don't want to help them, then there's nothing stopping you from going to find Clara.
That too. I was going to try and find her, like you asked me to.
Well, Toto,
Can make
are
Sully do something productive.
you up for that then?
Toto.
It's Toto here.
Toto's
Toto.
not here.
Hi.
Oh.
Sorry. When Toto said he was gonna go work on his history, I wasn't kidding.
Oh.
But,
Oh, he
he's not
left?
actually here?
He's gone.
Oh.
He has not heard
yeah.
any of this.
Well, rip.
Alright,
Damn.
my bad. I assume
Well, I
Toto's
guess
in
you
the
have to
team
go
with us.
find Toto.
We could try that. I'm just not so certain I'll be able to get anything information-wise out of him. He's fairly tight-lipped.
Everyone, there's a breaking point. Everyone cracks. You just gotta push hard enough.
And I'm concerned that he'll want to stay here after pushing hard enough.
Then was his soul strong enough to be this valuable asset we wanted? If the boy's that weak-minded, that some questions can break him into pieces. I don't want him on this team.
Which is exactly why we should work to help bring his mind up.
If your will's weak, your will's weak. No matter how many times people tell you can do better, you have to fix that yourself.
I'll see what I can do.
With that, dinner will conclude. So, starting with you, Toto, you are doing history homework. You just gonna do that for us of the night?
No, because as soon as he left, he started thinking about it, and he actually does kind of want to go to the arena to see if he can find Porter.
Okay. You go to the arena, and no one's there.
All right, then I'll go
And-
back to our hall because he was talking to Fee earlier, so he might be in Fee's room.
All right. You're back in the hall, and you see the librarian, Stephanie, having a conversation with Leanne as they're walking past you. But you don't see, when you get to the dormitory, you don't see anything.
All right. Then I guess it is homework time.
All right. What do you, Quinn? Not Quinn. Erwin.
Well, Erwin's probably gonna go look for Toto first, so he would probably go check the room.
All right. So Toto's not there, but then as you're looking for Toto otherwise, you run into Toto.
How convenient.
I'm not going to do the roundabout.
That's very fair.
Eventually, you will find Toto.
I mean, I assume that's where he was going to work on history, was it not?
It was, but Toto stopped working history and went to go went somewhere else.
I mean, that's fair.
Toto, you see Erwin approach you with a bat.
Toto, I know you're working on your project right now, but I think we need to find that Oh my god, why did I just blank Porter? Jesus Christ.
We need to find Aaron.
Aaron, literally Porter is just Aaron. I already tried to find him and I don't know anywhere else to look.
We're afraid he's going to go do something stupid.
Then we better find him quick. He's not in any of the dormitories, not with Fee. He's not in the arena. I don't know where else we could go look.
Do we know for certain he's not with Fee?
I mean, I checked Fee's room.
And Fee wasn't there?
Not as far as I could tell. I mean, nobody answered, so...
That's all we can do. If they're hiding in Fee's room, then there's nothing we can do to stop them.
What do you think he's doing?
He's trying to let Fee join us. He's trying to let himself... Oh my gosh. How do I phrase this? Jesus.
He's trying to get Fee to let him join his team.
Thank you. Wow. Words
And
are
that
hard.
was a bit long. The simple sentence was he's trying to join Fee's team.
Yeah. Look. I'm trying to play an intelligent character. I try to go for longer sentences, and sometimes I break myself.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Are you enjoying seeing both Garrett and I trying to be intelligent people?
This is both Friday and Saturday, so.
Oh, you're right.
Why would he want to join Fee's team?
Because Barkley won't let him issue a challenge on Team Iron right now.
Oh, okay. Then I suggest we find out for certain he's not in Fee's room, and if they're not there, where they went.
I'm not so sure how we'll find out for certain they're not in there, but... I suppose we could try knocking again?
Alright, James, we're gonna go try and knock on the door again.
Knock, 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 knock. No response. Perception checks.
Ah, yes, perception. We're so good. We're all so good at perception.
Yeah, but
Hey, I rolled well. Oh,
I'm mad I don't have coins.
Well, I guess we don't have to use the coins either. What's up?
So it's not that you don't hear anyone come to the door. It sounds like no one's there at all. There's no noise, no shifting, no nothing. So either if they are there, they're being completely silent, non-existently silent, or they're simply not there.
To be fair, I wouldn't doubt that Fee can do that.
I would not doubt that Fee could erase himself.
I would doubt that Porter could do that.
Yeah, I would doubt Porter more than Fee.
Yeah.
I would doubt Fee can do that.
Look, James,
Okay.
Fee is an anime protagonist. He can pull bullshit out of his ass whenever he wants, and that sounds like something that he could do.
Yeah, the rules
I can
of the world
completely
are kinda
erase
made
my
by Fee.
presence.
I can completely erase my presence.
I've taken one thing from 5e, and that is pass without trace.
Accurate.
Where do you guys check next?
Okay, they're not there. They're not in the arena. Where else could we go? You don't think they've already gone to one of the teachers to talk about a challenge, do you?
Challenges, are they public knowledge?
I don't know if they have to be or not.
Do we
I
do we
just know
know
that they
that,
have-
James?
Nothing was said for or against that.
Well, it's fair.
All we know is that they have to have a teacher to proctor it.
Well, if they've already issued a challenge, I'm afraid it would already be too late. However, they needed to issue that challenge first, meaning they would have had to find at least Lorben, or probably Caspar, honestly.
And neither one of them ever came back to dinner.
Not while I was there, no.
We could go check down the Team Iron Hall. Make sure that they're not there. We could check the library. Or we could start checking the classrooms.
I doubt even Fee could persuade Porter to go back into the library. And while I would hate to go to Team Iron's Hall, that is a probable place as to where they could be.
Then let's go before they do something stupid.
All right. We're going to cut away to Sully. Where do you go look for your sister?
I think I would start out with library.
All right. You go to the library, and you see that Stephanie seems to have gone back from somewhere. Oh, Sully, can I help you?
Hi, is my sister here?
She just was a few minutes ago. I believe she went toward the entrance.
Entrance. Did she say why?
No.
Alright, well, thank you.
No problem.
Let's go to the entrance of this weird place.
All right. You do see that the entry door is open.
Okay, then let's go through the entry door.
Outside, again, you see this weird nothingness and like that sort of like void past a certain part of the perimeter. You see at the very edge of it, sitting down, sort of poking her sword through that void, is your sister.
Oh boy. Guess we better start going to talk to her because this is... something's clearly gone wrong. So, what are you doing out here?
Oh, Sully. Nothing, just clearing my head.
About what?
Well, let's see. Yesterday, my brother just had an outburst I've never seen before and challenged the craziest person in the school to a game he's never played before and was too scared to play with me when we were kids.
Okay. In my defense, it's because I didn't have the ability to compete with everyone else. And now I
And
do, though.
do you?
Yeah.
She'll look at you. I'm serious, Sully. When you first, before you came to school, you were still questioning if you even had the power to use magic, and now you're complaining you can compete with scars.
Not like he's that powerful, right?
Sully, if honestly, if Sylvia didn't come and stop us from fighting, he probably would have hurt me more than he did. He's at least stronger than me, I will tell you that.
I won't know until I try, though.
That's what I don't get. What's gotten into you? You usually understand when something's too much for you, and now you're just going head first. Not only that, you're actively bringing on this danger. You do realize it's more than just, I don't even care about my arm. You think that Casper is just going to let you have you take double tests and that's it? You think that's really all he's going to do to you?
It's not like he can modify the arrangement. It's already set in stone.
Who said he hasn't already found a way through that stone?
And we'll just have to get ready and counteract him. I really shouldn't be saying that to you since you're on the same team.
I shouldn't be saying things I'm saying right now to you, but here I am.
Listen, it's not like he's going to somehow flip the coin, and if not, then I'll just have to challenge him. That's how it works at this school, isn't it? That's how everyone's getting through.
So now you're going to take on Casper. What's next, Sylvia? Fee? You going to take on the whole school?
If it's to at least bring some sort of honor to our family name, then sure. I'm tired of being a blight on our family.
I told you already, Sully, you don't have to worry about that. That's my responsibility. It's my burden. I took it from you a while ago. You don't have to push yourself like that.
Okay then, but what if I want to be here? What if I want to throw myself into these challenges? What if I'm tired of living my life like I've been living it? What if I want some sort of change and this is me desperately trying to get any amount of it?
She'll look at you. You're... It's only been, well, it might be a week and a half at this point. You're already sounding a lot different than you were before. You're serious about graduating, aren't you?
Yes, and if you try and stop me, then... Well, I know you actually won't try and stop me.
You keep saying that. Like, you know for a fact I won't do horrible things. That I won't backstab you. I won't do what I need to do to graduate. What you're doing is a pipe dream. What I'm doing is realistic. I could bring a lot of power and fame and honor to our family if I graduate. Not the only one who has stakes in this.
But you aren't like Dad, and you aren't like Mom. You won't just hang me out to dry, right?
She'll clutch her sword and stab it into the void again. That's just it, Sully. We're two different teams. We have two different goals. I didn't really think about this before because I honestly thought you'd be gone by now. I never thought you'd get past the first day, let alone a whole week. And now you're challenging a Scar, she'll stab into the void again. You're taking on Team Iron, she'll stab into the void again. You're grouping up with people who are willing to go against the status flow, to keep challenging Casper and keep making him more and more each time she stabs. Angry? You're just asking me to become an enemy of you.
I guess that's how you could see it, but not really my intention. It's just how these things happen.
She'll just smile as she stares into the void. I never realized how selfish you were until now, Sully. It wasn't your intention, yet here you are. Sneaking into school, dragging me along with you. And now we both have some dumb ideas of graduating in this place.
You didn't have to follow me,
You didn't have to run away,
but I did.
but I did.
And for what?
Because you're my brother?
Yes, I am your brother, but I have to prove myself somehow.
And who says you have to prove yourself? I told you I will handle it.
All you're doing is proving yourself, not me.
Why do you need to prove yourself, Sully?
So I can
It's
get out of the
fine.
house, so I can go off and live my own life.
You can live your own life. You just have to wait for me to take over the house. Dad won't bother you once I'm in charge anymore. I don't push you like that. I don't get angry at you like that. I just want to make sure you're okay. I want to make sure you're safe.
He will. He'll find a way. And he'll find a way to make you bend to his will. He always has.
Be different. That was the plan. Look, Sully, you're not going to leave anytime soon, I'm guessing. Not unless you're forced out of here.
I won't.
And I'm sure as hell not going to get expelled or get kicked out unless someone drags me out through that void. Or sorry, through this void. But the problem isn't that we both want to win, it's that we're both on different teams. I don't think the way you're doing things is going to get you to graduate. And it's very obvious you don't like the way I'm doing things. So how can both of us not stab each other in the back if we're literally on the opposite sides? If our goals is going to be to destroy one another? It may not be today or next week, but this challenge just reminded me that even if we don't get each other expelled, it's going to happen eventually. We're being pitted against each other.
Then join Team Wood.
She'll smile and stab into the void one more time. I wish I had that hope, Sully, that that team seems to have, that you seem to have, that things will work out if you just do the right thing, if you're just being the good guy, that you don't have to have some type of manipulation or flair behind the world. That strength is enough and teamwork is enough, but it's not. I was given an opportunity to join Team Iron because they saw potential in me, and I saw potential in them. The way you guys run things, the way you guys decide things, I've been listening, I've been watching. I don't think you're going to win. I think you're going to get chewed out, Sully. If I join your team, I go against how I feel like I can graduate. How about you join Team Iron? What if I were able to convince Casper to let you in?
The show I've put on yesterday, I don't think it'd be easily convince him. He probably sees me more as a liability than anything else.
But what if I were? Would you join me? She'll look at you, and the first time you see actually a bit of a hope in her eyes, besides the depression, like the coldness that was in it before.
Only on one condition.
What?
I get to bring my friends along too.
So her eyes will just drop again, and she'll stab into the void again. There you go. Hoping too much. So, like I said, here we are again. I don't want to betray you. I don't want to treat you like our parents treat you. Yet we're just going to keep attacking each other. Right now it's passively. then it's going to be actively. Do you really think we can go 3 years without having to face each other at least once?
Probably not.
And she'll just take a long sigh. Then she'll get up and then she'll look you in the eyes. You have to promise me something then.
And what's that?
First, forget the old one we made. I don't care if you're too weak. That was the promise that you're not going to take me lightly if we do have to go against each other. That you'll see me as an enemy from this day on. I'm still your sister. I still love you. But after tonight, we're enemies. Okay?
Fair enough. I'll just show you how wrong you are then.
She'll smile. Then we'll make a promise on that, then. We'll make a bet to it. My logic and skill versus your dumb luck and hopeless hope, or whatever. Let's see who wins.
Alright, it's a bet then.
She'll smile and hug you, and then she'll whisper in your ears. Make sure you kick Scar's ass, by the way.
Oh god, how am I gonna do that?
She'll smile. Well, maybe you should go rely on that wonderful team of yours.
Oh,
I'm gonna
yeah, it
go
is a
back.
3-person battle. I've got to actually get my group together. I'll talk to you later.
Right. And you rush back inside. Quinn, what was your plan?
Let's go talk to Team Gold. More
Oh,
specifically, my dear sister Juno.
Where do you go? Where do you go to find them? Do you just wait for them till dinner later and then walk up to them?
Well, is dinner over?
Like, do you just walk up to them after your group splits up, or are you waiting
Yeah.
a bit? That's what I'm asking. Okay.
No, I'll just walk up.
So I think if it's just right between like 2:30 a.m. and oh, hey Quinn, and Finn just stops talking.
Finn, isn't 2:30 a.m. past curfew?
That is the time past curfew. That correct. That is.
Is it the time when Stephanie's out of the library or Rufus is out of his office?
No, technically that is not true.
Oh. And how would you know that?
Educated guess. Anyways, what brings you over here?
Oh, I came to check up on Juno. She's been a bit stressed as of late.
Oh, you didn't come check up on me? That's so mean. I missed your cute face. Meek will just smile at you.
Oh, but I feel like we already had I've already seen enough of your face, and you've seen enough of mine in politics, right?
How can you have enough perfection, though?
But
hey, Quinn.
Juno, how are things going?
Fine. As you see, she looks over at Finn nervously, and Finn will just rub back and said, "Yeah, fine." As he ignores Meek, who just glares at him. Yeah, perfectly fine.
What does seem perfectly fine is the amount of tension at this table.
You can say that again. It's Chris, just like his head's like face plants to the table.
Which, the way I see it, isn't fair to be pushing all the tension onto Juno.
What are you talking about? You see Meek look at you confused.
Well, from what I've heard, you and Finn are having a bit of an argument.
That's civil debate.
But you can't just keep it between the two of you?
Well, this is a team, not a dictatorship, and I just wanted to default to our good friend Juno. Because Chris refuses to continue this conversation, you guys should just drop it like that.
Mm-hmm. Well, I believe that if it's this much of a source of conflict, that maybe it's an issue that should be tabled for another time.
Which is what I've been saying, but Meek brought it to a vote at the team meeting, and pretty much it's sort of a half and half. Meek's very popular, so she took half our team. I took the other half, and there are two people who are on the fence, and those two people really like Juno. Yeah.
And
So we can't figure this out until Juno figures it out.
and Juno, if it was just you, no team behind you, what would you choose?
To hide in the corner?
All right, it sounds like Juno's choosing peace.
That doesn't solve anything. That's just abstaining.
But her statement does seem to align with Finn's view. Hiding in the corner, watching what other teams do before making any rash decisions of your own.
Yeah, I don't want to hurt anyone yet.
Exactly,
Meek. Good.
which means you can table the issue for another time and Meek can propose a change up later.
See, I like that idea. Quinn's pretty smart about this stuff, Meek. And Quinn, as adorable as he is sticking his nose a little bit too far up another team's ass.
Thank you.
I'm just trying to alleviate a bit of my sister's stress.
Yes, and it's really adorable that you're here for your sister. But besides what I wanted to do, tabling that for a second, you're not always going to be there for Juno, are you? Are you willing to make that promise?
No, but I'm going to do it when I have the time.
Which is admirable. I really love that brother-sister bond. But Juno, she'll turn and look at Juno right directly in the eye. This may feel uncomfortable, but sometimes on stage, you have to do things you don't want to do. You have to continue the performance, continue the show, even if the crowd is aggressive and throwing things at you. You made a promise to put on the show, so you must put it on all the way to the end. You made a promise to come to the school, so you must compete in the school until the very end. Quinn, on the other hand, Quinn's willing to save you whenever he can, but that's only going to hurt Quinn more than it's going to hurt you.
Hmm?
You should be careful when you do things like that, Quinn, especially in the lunchroom.
I have no problem with people seeing who my loyalties lie with. It's my team, Juno, and a few others.
Exactly. You're showing your loyalties outside the team, meaning that you're opening your blanket, opening your defenses up. Someone can come in and stab you right in the back.
Then I suppose we'll cross my fingers no one's right behind me.
I think you're a little too late for that, and she'll just gesture toward a few members of Team Iron that are paying attention to your conversation.
Can I help you?
And those keep walking.
Well, ultimately, it is Juno's decision. Trying to help her out when I can. And I don't see anything wrong with that.
No, you're right. At the end of the day, I apologize, Juno. I should not push you so hard. I just see an improvement in your performance, and I want to help you become a better actor or actress, and a better actor for you too, Quinn. You can't be predictable. Things are just getting started at the school, and that's why I want to act now before the second act starts.
Well, seeing as the rest of you don't want any more of my opinion and I don't have much more to say on the matter, I will be leaving it to Juno. And pat her on my I'll pat her on the shoulder as I get up to go.
She'll give you a thankful smile.
Hmm.
And Chris will raise his head. Thank you, Quinn. That I can actually get this migraine out of my brain now.
No problem, Chris.
Ah, Chrissy. I was just simply, nope, we're not getting into another one. But, and that's what you walk out on.
What am I
Where are
doing
you going
after
next?
this?
We'll give you a minute to think. We're going to cut away.
Yeah.
Mr. Anderson, also known as Erwin and Toto.
What's the Anderson for?
Mr. Anderson.
So confused.
Yeah,
You
all right.
arrive
We
at
arrive
the
at
Iron
God.
Dormitory.
I think I
Oh
just
God.
blocked out that this is where we were going.
I'm sorry. You said that, and I just got this immense sense of foreboding. Like we're going into enemy territory right now.
You see that immediately. Their hallway is a bit different. Yours is a bit like a nice homely, I think it's like a sort of a hotel room. Theirs resembles like an actual corridor of a castle. It actually has a nice rug, like a nice like sort of rug, like blue rug, that nice and fancy embroidered one that goes all the way to the very end of the hallway. And at the very end, instead of there being a meeting room like what you're used to, there's a set of stairs. But before you get any further, you're stopped by two people. Looks like they're two members of Team Iron.
Yeah,
Can I help you?
Is there a rule against going into another team's common areas?
No, but more like a personal preference. Unless you have business with us, scram.
We do have business.
Oh? What's
Is
that
Lorben
business?
here?
Doesn't sound like you have business if you have to ask if the person's here or not.
Well, our business isn't with you. And if we're talking about personal preferences, we'd rather not have to spill every little thing to you either.
Well, it seems like you guys don't know if Lorben's here or not, which means he's not expecting you, which means no, you're not allowed past this point, whether he's here or not.
Guys, you have to act like you know what you're doing.
Look, we didn't know if he'd be back from dinner by now.
They just keep looking at you, gesturing for you to piss off.
So James, you said that everything here looks pretty stately, right?
Yeah.
I would like to... Can I look for signs that a rambunctious 16-year-old may have crossed through the threshold?
Investigation.
Crap, hang on one moment. I need to bring up a document real quick.
Wait, did you take one of those skills?
I have 2 skills in that tree, bud.
What the balls?
Look, James, we all have our trees.
You know what? Screw it. We'll ability battle this.
I only have 1. So it
I
might
am
not
the
be great.
king. Toto is the poet, which makes Sully the soldier.
God.
Oh my god.
Just saying.
I don't think Sully's a soldier out of this crew.
I don't
Listen,
really think he is.
Oh boy,
Which
I
one-
can't wait to die.
Erwin has a different tree.
Are you looking at a
so-
case review? That case, that was way too low.
Yeah, that's super late. Oh my god, I'm looking at investigator.
Yeah, like we don't have that.
Investigate.
'Cause I don't think bookworm applies here.
Look, I don't even have merit, so I don't know how he'd have case review.
It's also accidentally close to you. You may add a d4 to your roll if you're using wisdom as your base. This goes from d4 to d6. We're not ability battling, but I'll allow you to add you make a investigation and add that d4.
Okay.
Actually, it'll be a d6. Actually, no, investigation is wisdom based. Never mind.
Yeah.
Make it a d4.
No, investigation.
Investigation's
Investigation's
intelligence.
Is it? Oh, it's okay.
Yeah.
Perception's
Yeah.
wisdom.
Yeah, but you need wisdom for the base. I said that backwards. It's a d4.
Oh, okay.
Pizza time.
All right.
Unless you want to try to do that DT to increase it again.
No, I'm good. I'll what's the DT?
13.
13 on what stat?
Investigation. You can roll one early and see if you can increase that dice, but if you fail, it becomes a penalty.
Oh. So it increases the dice
Mm-hmm.
to d6.
Mhm.
Nah, we'll just take the d4.
Alright.
So investigation plus a d4.
Yeah.
So. All right.
20 base.
Not bad. Come on, 4. Oh shit! I was expecting that to be a
Jeez,
1.
I don't have any coins.
Ha 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 ha. Suffer.
Well, we roll well.
Ian's
you
not
don't
here,
get
so we're not going to give
coins.
them back to you anytime soon.
Well, no, we've been rolling well. We
Oh,
haven't
cool.
had to give them back.
Except that Garrett just jinxed it. I'm
So,
gonna fumble next roll.
With a 24, you using your investigator mind, take a step back as they're sort of trying to shoo you off, and Toto's trying to think of a remark. And you don't see anything past the gateway. Nothing that seems to be disturbed. It looks pretty pristine, pretty well kept. Everything. No signs that Porter's been tearing through this place. But you do notice on the female and on the male that their clothes, they're wearing a uniform right now, but their vest, the corner of it has a bit of dirt that they seems that it's been wiped away, but it's still signs of it. And that makes you look around a bit more, and you see that on the floor there's slight mud tracks leading away.
Now, I hate to ask this question, but you haven't happen to have seen one of our own in here.
If we saw one of your disgusting Team Wood, they wouldn't have gotten past this point either.
I'm just wondering what got you so dirtied earlier.
You see them get a bit nervous when you say that. None of your concern. So, can you scram now?
God, I wish that I had more skills in this tree.
I activated the button.
I have like 2 buttons I can push, James. 2 social buttons.
What's the other? Oh, bookworm and investigator.
Nope, I got it. I got another one.
Oh, what's the other one?
I'm thinking I could try and pull it out here
Oh,
and slip them up, but I don't know how I'd phrase it RP wise because I'm just so shit at it.
Is it magnifying glass?
Nope, that's right, baby. I took fast talk.
Oh my god. Took fast talk.
Garrett. Why?
If you want to push more out of them, I will say this will be an ability battle at this point.
Yeah, I only have fast talk. These are like the low-ranking
I will let you
plebeians
know,
of the team.
You
so.
can have Toto assist you in this. I'm still debating how I want to do group ability battles, but I think right now I would say Toto can use one of their abilities, but they use your base.
Okay.
Oh, that's horrible. Don't do that.
No, so they use
Not
your
that bad.
base and it takes up one of your TM slots.
Yeah, so you're still
Very
the one
TP.
rolling it, but
Yeah.
if the ability relies on like charisma and Garrett's using wisdom, you just want to get that benefit.
Mhm.
Yeah, that.
It could be worse.
It could be
Okay.
worse. Considering I only have one TM to use here, what one TM I can fill
No,
here?
better
it's
than
two.
nothing.
It's 2 plus your modifier.
No, I only have one that I can actually use to fill
Oh. Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
this. That's what I mean.
What's your abilities, Toto? Why would it be horrible?
All of mine are charisma based.
What are they?
And I have
I can.
sweet talk, playful, and artistic.
Playful doesn't require charisma.
I don't know how we'd use it here RP wise though.
It's just about how we approach.
Toto, which one are you trying to use?
Either playful, artistic, or sweet talk.
Hmm.
Playful could be you playfully flirting with them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sweet
I
talk
know,
could
but
be like complimenting, like, oh, I know, no one of your standing would get so dirty without a good reason.
oh
That
god.
would, that would be sweet talk.
Mm-hmm. Sweet talk. I'm not good at playful. So I can give you an example, but Toto is a flirtatious person, and playful does work with that.
If you wanted to get a charisma buff, I could use charisma.
Yeah.
Well, if you want to try, we can try. Let me look through these real quick.
There's not much we can lose by not trying.
Yeah.
Life. You don't understand, Yugi. When I win the duel, you lose 5,000 life points.
What does that mean? What's a life point?
What's a life point? Stop playing Yu-Gi-Oh! I just want to play Red Dragon in.
I'll spend 2 blood points to draw from this deck, and then I'll play that card.
Allow me to gather 5 more blood points and spend it in the same round.
Anyways.
Red Dragon in Villains Edition. Toto,
Yeah.
stop stalling.
Alright.
I'm trying to think of how we would go about doing that. I'm sorry. I'm trying to think of it RP wise what he would say. But we can do it if you want.
Also, you don't have to. It doesn't have to be something directly trying to persuade them to do something. It could just be distracting. Like you could just be playfully flirting with them. It's like I don't know. You just messed flirting with them with a dirt. It's like you look a lot better when you're a cleaner, but you still look pretty good. Like just making them uncomfortable or distracting them so that Erwin can come in and throw them off. And would you throw them off guard?
I mean, could we also should I be the one leading this? Like, would I have to lead this one? Because if we could have
You don't have to lead
if
this
we could
one.
have Toto lead it, I think it would actually work better.
All right, I can lead.
I think it would combo better.
Okay, so
Yeah, like Toto sees that Erwin is struggling and takes over. You know.
Okay.
You are a talker.
Billy battle. It's time to duel. All right. Toto, what's your base?
I'm using my charisma because that's all I have.
All right.
That's all I have in life, James.
How many TPs I give you? It's 2 plus. What's your charisma modifier?
Oh,
I thought it was 1+.
I changed it to 2. Unless I changed it back. I'm pretty sure I changed it to 2.
I don't know.
I haven't read since last time, so don't take my word for anything.
so it would be 5.
All right. Yeah.
Either way, I don't think we even have enough TPs to fill out the max.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's not becoming an issue for us right now because we haven't put enough skill points in.
Yeah, it's 2 plus your ability modifier.
So
All right.
5.
So you got a 5 right now. What abilities do you want to use?
We'll do sweet talk and playful.
Okay.
I don't know how to do playful, but sweet talk.
Okay.
Let's see if I can overcome how legitimately shit I am at flirting and how shy I am at doing it. So let's see if I can actually overcome that. All right.
Okay.
Oh, hold on now. I didn't think people of your standing could actually get that dirty.
All right. I will reveal that you will add your charisma ranking dice because they like you.
Holy crap! Wait, they like me? What?
If they didn't, it would be a negative.
No, it's
Yeah.
it's kind of based off of your appeal ranking.
Yeah.
Oh, that makes sense.
That's a lot of it.
Yeah.
Unless they are like specific people that
Absolutely
regardless
despise it.
regardless of Kaspar's appeal ranking, like what he cares about compared to what Quinn has, it's going to be a negative. Like they don't like each other.
I hate Quinn. All right,
Mhm.
so
I
your
hate
charisma-
Caspar,
not-
but you guys love each other's appeal ratings. Shut the fuck up! We hate each other. We're sworn enemies.
I don't care what God thinks.
Look,
I
look,
don't care what I think. And I hate him.
That does feel that's accurate.
that is. I feel like that's actually Quinn with like a lot of Team Iron. He's just
It's
like,
like-
yes, if I looked at you on paper, I would love the appeal rankings here. But no, I fucking hate you.
Shut the fuck up! I don't care what God thinks.
Look, I know you have a lot of dexterity, but no.
I hate you. Go away.
Get
All
that
right.
sweet dexterous ass out of here.
I just taken a sip of my soda, and that took so much strength in me.
All right. So sweet talk's going off. What else is going on?
All right, so let's see if I could come up with something a little bit more playful here.
I'll let you come up with something. I'll throw in the next TP. So seeing Toto take the lead, I'm just gonna start kind of berating them, like, it seems odd that you'd actually, with how clean you keep this place, that you'd let it get this dirty. I mean, unless you just haven't had time to clean it up. It must have happened fairly recently then.
Or maybe this place is just a little bit too stuffy for you. Maybe you'd like to come get a little bit more down and dirty with Team Wood, I'm sure we have a lot more to show you than Team Iron.
All right. We'll add playful. You may not add. Do you want to put them in a playful state? Actually, I don't think that doesn't matter. You don't have enough skills for that to help you with. So there's gonna take. Oh, okay. That's what it is. I forgot what it is. You may remove one outside element that involves aggression or dislikes towards you.
Oh.
All right.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Alright.
Yep. So it basically Toto's
what?
running interference. Playful is the base. Playful is that you remove one outside of element, which is basically pre-established biases, things that could be interfering with the ability of battle that can negatively impact you.
Oh shit! So
Toto
like the
gets to
fact
remove
that
one of
they're
those.
iron and we're wood.
Most
Yeah.
likely.
Pretty much.
And I'm guessing you're not trying to go for a playful state.
Probably not, realistically, because this is more to just kind of put them off their feet
Okay.
and get in.
Is there anything else you're adding then?
The only other one I have is artistic, which doesn't really suit this, so Toto's out.
So you're getting so you're giving him -3, Garrett, and Charisma's being used as the base, so it goes to -5.
Yep.
So that's a -5 toward them. Toto is using playful and sweet talk.
So that's
So
a +2.
and you add your charisma dice to the roll as well. Whatever that is. I think is it a D12
Mine's
for
a
you?
D10.
D10? Okay.
Mhm.
So your final. So with that outside element, there was going to be a -8 for your team, but because of playful, that gets counteracted.
Hell
So
yeah.
instead, the second outside element is going to be a -5 for you
Okay, that's not nearly.
because you guys already have been suspicious because you sort of admitted that you don't actually have business here.
That's very
Yeah,
fair.
no, that makes sense. That's completely fair.
Is there anything else you guys want to try to argue to get more bonuses? Or we're gonna leave it there.
I don't have the skills to try and get more bonuses, I don't think.
All right. So with sweet talk, basically, with sweet talk involved, you're basically at a -3 to roll. Add your charisma dice and then that d20. Are you adding your persuasion? I'm guessing 'cause you didn't tell me that.
Yeah,
Okay. So what's your persuasion too? So that, yeah.
my
Do the
persuade.
math.
Yeah.
I gave you a -5 base, so do the math yourself. I'm gonna get players ready.
Okay, so I get a +3,
Right.
and then my D10. So it's gonna be +1 D10 +3. We
You
ready
ready?
for this?
Yeah, let's go.
I'm
I'm
gonna
so angry.
that's you know.
I saw the 19, and because both of you have a red die,
Look
I
at the
didn't know who
base
it was.
rolls. Look at the base rolls.
Holy shit!
Look at these base rolls.
Toto kind of shouldn't have
Screw
won
you, Garen. You're
here.
stupid fast talking.
It's the one thing I've got, baby.
Thank God you have it.
God, I lost by literally. Against all odds, I rolled near maximum, and Total rolled like actual trash on the d20.
But
The
the
maximum
D10
on the
saved him.
Yeah, the d10 has brought it back.
Hell yeah.
You see both of them get kind of flustered. Actually, high or low, Toto?
Ooh. High. Always gotta go high.
Hi.
God damn it.
I saw a 7 and was like 71.
The girl more than the guy seemed to get more flustered. Um, what? Okay, fine. Your stupid friend Porter came by with V. Was trying to get in. We told him not to. They went back toward I think, Jux's garden or something. Just leave us alone. Yeah, we're not supposed to be talking to you guys. That's what Lorben and Casper said. Just go, okay?
Oh. Well, hopefully we can find more time to talk later then. You know, outside of prying eyes. And I'll, like, wink and then bring Erwin away to go head to Jux.
I suggest you do a better job cleaning up now. You wouldn't want your leader getting mad at you now, would you?
The guy would just grit his teeth. Shut up.
Alright.
I'm guessing you head over
Yeah!
to Jux's garden.
Toto and Erwin successfully completed an ability battle.
Hell yeah!
Congratulations! The only one left who hasn't done one yet is Sully.
Sully.
Didn't Sully technically do one?
He did technically do one. He did one with taps.
Yeah, it wasn't
Yeah.
very involved, but he did one.
I mean, Toto doesn't really have. Noah, did you take any social skills?
Nope.
And that would be why.
Nope. No, have you used your extra SP yet?
Yeah.
Oh, you have? Okay. I wasn't expecting that.
I got some funny attack skills.
He's ready to kill
Okay,
people.
buddy.
Sully's
That's why
ready
he's
to pull out a gun.
soldier.
Yeah, Sully's ready to pull out a gun while you guys are
I'm right.
talking. That's
What the
Listen,
hell's this
out of
talking
Sullivan, I'm
shit?
gonna break your arm. I'm gonna break your sister's arm, and then Sullivan just pulls out a Glock.
Okay, calm down.
Peace
Alright,
was
cool.
never an option.
All right, you got it. You got me.
You win. Later in the post-session interview, I didn't know he was actually gonna shoot me, but I wasn't gonna risk it.
Scars gets a post-session interview. All right. So you guys go. We'll continue your storyline. Because actually, Sully, was there something you wanted to do? Or are you just going back to studying stuff?
He'll go back to studying and being Sullivan and sleeping and stuff.
All right. So you guys go, and you eventually go to Duck's Garden, and what you hear, is the sound of heavy breathing and the clashing of it sounds like the clashing of swords.
Let's go.
Swords.
Well, as you run over, you see for some reason, whenever you notice this, whenever you see Porter and Feet fighting, but whenever his bounded sword hits another weapon, it's like almost like the bounding is like metal when it clings.
Okay.
And
You like anime logic?
exactly. Fee barely putting up a defense, just raised himself for Porter. She charges forward. Porter looks like he's bleeding heavily. Completely disoriented, sort of just sloppily running toward him with the sickle and dagger in his hand. Rushes forward, try to take uh, Fee's balance off by hooking the sickle underneath his foot. Fee just steps out of the way and then swiftly kicks Porter in the head, causing him to stumble backwards. And then Porter rushes in for his dagger to go straight for Fee's chest, and Fee deflects it with his sword, and then before knocking his head, forcing Porter to the ground, and him spewing more blood out of his mouth. What is that? Number 20? You lose again. I'm not done yet. You see as he's covered in mud and dirt and blood, Porter just like shakily trying to bring himself to his knees. I think you are done. Shut up! I'm not done. Not until I bring you down. You guys can jump in wherever you want. Do you let it keep happening?
I mean, it doesn't look like Fees actually wants to attack him anymore at this point, I would assume.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna rush in and like go to his aid or anything, but
Yeah, no. I'm gonna walk in. I'm gonna be like, is that the condition for joining Fee's team?
Who are you saying this to?
I'm saying this to them.
Fee looks over. I have no idea what you're talking about. Stay out of this, Toto. He gets to his feet. Again! You know, I can only hold back so much. You're gonna end up killing yourself if you keep charging at me. And if I take you down, I can take her down, and then it'll be over. And he's gonna rush for an attack, and Fee's gonna step out of the way and trip him, and he falls to the ground. I'm serious. I will kill you.
Porter,
He says,
there's a time and a place.
shut up. You don't get it. No one gets it.
We can't get it unless you tell us what we're supposed to be getting.
Does it look like I need to take Sylvia out, and I can beat Team Iron, and then I'll be done with this. One swift move. I don't need to wait 3 years. If I take her out now, that'll be enough. Be enough honor.
Sylvia? Why her?
He'll just. She's a spirit walker, and she's on Team Iron. If I take her down, they'll have to accept me. They'll have no choice. No one can say anything else to me. No one can say anything else about anyone. It'll be over. I won't have to wait 3 years to graduate in this hellhole. I won't have to talk and be smart. I can just take her down and go back home, and it'll be okay. He's going to charge at Fee again, and Fee is just going to hit him in the head with his sword and causing Porter to stumble backwards for falling to the ground. He thinks that if he can take me out, he'll have the power to take down Sylvia.
I can't say I can fault his logic there.
Now, you see that Porter sort of just coughing up blood and like recovering. I don't know what his problem is, but he's not seeing logic. He won't even fully explain to me why he's doing this. He came to my room begging me to join his team. And I agreed that if he beats me, I'll let him join, just so I can see if I can talk him down. But he's beyond talking, at least for me.
Porter, I know that it's hard to back down sometimes, especially when you want to do things quickly. But there is honor in defeat. There's honor in accepting defeat, and knowing that you still need to improve.
don't have time to improve. Every day I wait, she's gonna get hurt. Every day I wait, that bastard gets better. Every day I wait, people keep spreading rumors. I don't have time to wait. I thought I did, but Morgan reminded me I don't have time for this.
Whatever he's doing, he's trying to get in your head.
And I'm not good at stuff like that either way. I can't play these mind games. I barely survived this week. I was laughing it off and everything, but I didn't understand a single thing those professors were saying, what you guys were doing, what Team Iron's doing. All I'm good at is fighting. I can't, and that's not good enough for this school. I'm never going to graduate. But if I can take down the Spirit Walker, if I can just get her down once, people will know I can be strong enough. I can bring that honor back, and they'll accept me, and they'll leave her alone.
Porter, how do you expect to defeat her when your own condition is like this?
Just gotta keep pushing. That's all I'm good at. Running my head against the wall till something changes.
You know, I can't disagree with you there. And it's kind of admirable that even when you're knocked down, even like this, that you can get back up. You can try again. There's no shame in that. So what if you can't beat her now? You're going to get there. Absolutely. And you have to look around you, Porter. Erwin and I are here. Quinn, Sully, Bartley, Taps we came to this school and we were put into teams. This isn't an individual competition. This isn't.
Shut up, Toto. You don't get it. We've only known each other for a week. I've known people for years who stabbed me in the back. You don't understand where I came from. You don't understand how easy it is for people to turn. As soon as you don't have use anymore, they throw you away. You guys talk now because you think I'm important. What? You think I'm fast enough? That I have the strength that you can use me? As soon as I stop being useful, you'll throw me out. I don't have time to wait, and I'm not strong enough on my own to keep going through this school.
Porter, why do you think I'm here? What's that one big stereotype that you know about Beastmasters? Especially ones that come from large tribes like mine.
You're a bunch of tree-hugging sappies who think that everything could be solved by a dumb song.
You know what? That I can't deny that one either. But Porter, we're a tribe. We're a family. Why in the world would I come halfway across the continent to join a school where I'm one of maybe 5 planeswalkers, period? Why would I do that? You're sitting here saying that we don't understand what it's like to know people and how easy it is for them to turn their back on you. How easy it is for them to stab you in the back. I left because I felt that exact same way. But there's no shame in looking for it somewhere else. We all came to this school for the purpose of graduating. And when we first got here, the teachers made it very obvious that they weren't going to be there to help us. So by God, that means that the students have to be there for each other instead. Team Iron doesn't play that way. But they see that we are. That's why they're trying to play that mind game. That's why they're trying to pull that rug out from under you. Because they know that you're going to set yourself apart from us. They know that you want to do this on your own. That you wouldn't come and ask us for our help. Don't let them do that. We don't play their games. We don't play like the rest of them do. They look down on us for, but I think that's going to be our greatest strength. You're not fighting them alone. You're not fighting this alone, Porter. You will get there eventually, and we will make for absolute certain that you will go home with pride, and that you will bring back all the honor you can muster, and you will go back a graduate.
Persuasion.
Oh God.
Mm-hmm. He'll get up, and he'll just limp a bit, and he'll just look at you, with a swollen eye, bleeding out the side of his mouth. You had a family. You had a tribe. You had people there for you. I had to earn everything, every person who cared about me. There's only one person in this world that never asked for anything from me that I didn't have to steal from or run from. Now she's gonna be dead because I'm gonna take too long. But you're right. I can't do this by myself. So I guess she'll just die before I even have a chance to. He'll limp past Fee. Sorry to bother you, Fee.
James.
Hmm?
I'm gonna go hug him.
Alright. Are you hugging him or using your dumb ability?
Hugging him? I don't have any dumb ability. I don't know what you're talking about.
No, there's no dumb ability.
It sounds like
No,
you're
we're
about to
not
click on history.
We're not gonna do it just because, like, when else am I gonna get a chance?
He'll let you hug him. He's too weak to do anything else. You're not covered in dirt and and blood, though.
Yeah, Porter's
I
fucking
don't-
blood.
You think I care? I want to hug this child.
Haha. Is that all you're doing?
Porter. You have to have faith, okay? I'm not going to ask. I don't know how to convince you that you're not just a tool.
You're a pathfinder, right?
Yeah.
So why don't you see how right I am?
Alright. If you'll let me.
A history check at advantage.
Watch me roll 2 nat ones. Let's go.
You have all the coins, you bastards.
Alright, time for coin.
Yep, time for the coin.
Give the DM his coins back. He wants them.
Yeah, here,
Definitely.
DM. Take a coin. Take a stupid coin.
Take
And I
this.
still roll like shit.
Take another one.
Take this
Take
pence.
another one. Take all three.
I would if I
flash
could.
back. What are you looking for?
I'm looking for how right he is, James.
You take a moment, and it's not an. It's you're walking around in a broken down. Looks to be apartment. There's a blanket and what you think could be a pillow in the corner of the room. A broken small stove and holes in the floorboards, along with a pile of clothes. The door opens up, and you see, rushing in, is Porter, younger than now. He looks to be about 5, maybe 6. There's bruises on his leg, and he's breathing heavily. Not long after, the door opens back up, and you see a young woman running after him. What did I say? Sorry, Mom. Things they were saying. You don't let them get to you. That was the point. They led you to a trap. I'm sorry, and I lost their food. I didn't mean to. No, it's okay. It's okay. You just need to keep your head on straight sometimes. I know, but ow. Ah. As he sort of collapses to the floor from the bruises. No, it's okay. It's okay. Come here. You get a flash forward, and you see people breaking into the apartment, grabbing the mom, beating on her, throwing Porter against the wall, cursing at him. Oh, the great and powerful prince of the warriors, as they say. Just a bastard child to a whore. Now, marks, give him up. I did take your marks. I told you that already. You failed the little job we gave you, and you owe us the marks. Please, just stop. Please stop hurting her. They don't. And the house burns down. Flashed again. He's older. His mom, they're in a different place. His mom, not moving much, is under covers. Porter comes back, handing her food. Checks where he got it from. He doesn't answer. It's okay. I just got it. Don't worry about it. You know you're better than this, right? You're royalty. Shut up, Mom. I don't like it when you say that. Honey, you can't let this town change you. You're still a sweet boy. Look, I gotta go. Just get some rest. You cut away to later in the night. Reporter is sleeping with his mom. Then the door bursts open. You see knights enter with the base the warrior symbol of the kingdom. A few knights. Porter's freaking out. They grab the mother and they grab him. Then it flashes to both of them kneeling in front of a throne. It seems like someone's speaking, maybe the king. You couldn't keep your mouth shut. Now here we are. People are calling my reign not legitimate. They say that this boy has any right to rule higher than my son. Well, technically, he is your firstborn, your highness. Shut up, wench. I did not fall for your tricks. I fall for your tricks once, not twice. But seeing that he has technically a right based off our code, we'll give him a chance. But he's too weak. He'll die now. I'm very gracious indeed. So how about this? The application was going to go to my son to go to the academy, but we'll give it to Sweet Porter here. If he survives the endeavor, he'll have what it takes to challenge for the throne. And hopefully you'll be there, welcoming him back with open arms. Hopefully you'll be healthy enough, right, young Porter? You do your best now, so Mother dear can have someone to hold when you get home. Porter doesn't agree at all, but he's forced off. And then you just hear whispers and laughter and people calling him a bastard prince. People making fun of him, others supporting him, but only because they want him to kill the king. Everyone wanting him to either kill the king or wanting him to end his own life for being such a horrific mistake. And all while people threatening that his mom won't last a day while he's gone. And then you see him meet you, and then the memories end. Do you understand now?
Yeah. Yeah, I do.
I tried to forget. Try to do what Mom said. Just remember, some bright boy, prince to the king. But Lorben has connections. He told me what they're doing to my mom, barely keeping her alive. If it wasn't for the king's actual wife, she'd be dead by now. I don't have much time. I don't know if she'll even be there after a few years. But if I can't prove myself the challenge, then probably kill us both, claiming that we were weak to begin with.
I don't even know how to say to this. Porter, we will find a way.
You're a pathfinder, right?
Yeah.
Can you see my future? Do you know if there's a way?
Not yet. Not now.
Who pull away from you? Then I guess it's hopeless. Guess that was the last time I'd see my mother.
Porter,
Don't worry, I'm good.
I can't use what I have for that purpose. I can't see different paths. I can't see your future. I can't see if fate has left you away. But I know for a fact it has. I know for a fact that if anyone can do it, it's going to be you, Porter. You're going to find a way to help her. And if I have to if I have to do something I may eventually regret in order to help you do it, then by damn, I'm going to do it, Porter. You're worth so much more than what they think you are. You're worth so much more than that.
He'll smile, but it doesn't reach his eyes. Kindest words I've heard, besides my mom's.
Hey, we're both pretty old, huh?
I guess you already have one foot in the grave. Lorben, he looked to you, Erwin. Lorben was egging me on. So was Casper. They were trying to get me. They want me to fight Sylvia. They wanted to bet my expulsion on the line. And they were even saying you guys lose 4 points, too. But if I win, they'll use their connections to make sure my mom stays alive, even if it's a little longer.
So you're here for her.
I was forced here. Because my father can't bear the fact that he has a bastard son. My brother doesn't even want to look me in the eye. My mother, she cares too much about me to do anything to save her own skin. Everyone wants something out of me. She wants me to be this great prince. Everyone wants me to be a great kingslayer. Other people just want me dead. Oh no, maybe you're a crafter. Maybe you have felt this. Your entire life, people just hating you because you exist. Are expecting something out of you without giving you a chance to speak.
I don't know the full story behind everything that what Toto just witnessed. But I'd say you're not too dissimilar from my own self.
He'll clutch his weapons a bit tighter. I just want to. All I want to do is make sure she's safe. It's kind of selfish of me too, because for a moment, for at least a few days, I kind of forgot all this weight was on me. Kind of just felt like I was at school with a bunch of friends.
Order. This may seem rude, but I have to ask. Does your mother truly believe in you?
Of course.
Then I hate to say this, but all that you can do is trust in her belief.
Toto. Toto.
Yeah.
When you say that, yeah, when Erwin says that, there's a flash, and your Pathfinder abilities activate again, and you are seeing perspective of Porter. Each time a job went wrong when he was forced to be a pickpocket or a lookout or a distraction. Each time he's had to steal to keep his family alive. Each time anything has gone wrong. Each time he's done anything right. He's always come home to his mom smiling at him. She was always there, telling him he'll be all right, telling him he was a shining prince, and telling him to keep going forward. You see all these memories each time she said that flash by you in a few seconds.
Porter, your mom has always been so proud of you. She loves you, believes in you. She knows you better than anyone else. No matter what you've done, she's always loved you. And no matter what happens here, that's not going to change.
You see the weapons drop from his hands, and Erwin, because he's facing away from Toba, is looking at you, Erwin. You see tears rolling down his eyes. I just want her to be safe. I just want my effort to be enough. I just want to be enough, just for her. Screw everyone else. Just want to be enough for her.
And you are. You always have been.
He'll try with a shaky arm, he'll wipe the tears, but just causes more blood to smear in his face. Guess you guys are right. I guess all I can do is keep trying.
I may have said that. Sorry, was that you, James, or that was James?
Yeah,
Okay.
he just went mute.
No, I just didn't know who that was.
Yeah, no, it sounded like someone came into the room.
Alright.
Yeah, sorry.
Now you're all good.
And with that, he'll drop to his knees, and they'll sort of just collapse.
Let's get him back to the room. Fee, I'm sorry you had to put up with him this day.
It's fine. I understand when someone has that look in their eyes, they're either going to do something stupid that they're going to regret, or they're going to hurt someone else, or a combination of both. When he says that, he'll like look at his sword before just like looking away from it.
I'm gonna move over to Porter and just kind of hug him again, and we'll have to see about getting him back to the room.
You may want to heal him. Doesn't your snake do that?
Yeah, she'll get him on the way back.
Well, I have no idea. I don't want to be bothered between you and Team Iron. But I will say that they do have their sights on you. They are trying to take your team down.
I think we've been aware of this from the get-go, really. We were quick to make enemies.
It doesn't help that you have two members on their team. One who doesn't shut up about how much they dislike Team Iron, and the other one who didn't have a good start to begin with.
I have a good reason. And Kotal's just gonna cuddle him, okay, as she heals him. Kotal's just cuddling Porter.
I'll remind you, though, Sato, that just because the blanket of Team Iron is evil doesn't mean that every individual member is.
Oh, I only don't like Casper and Lorben.
I've talked to them. Your impressions reach further than just those two. You come aggressively with a forked tongue at two of them with so much anger. You generalize them, make it seem like you hate every single person on that team.
I'll watch myself better then. Fee, why are you on your own team?
You'll look back at the sword. I guess similar to Porter in the sense that I came here not because I wanted to, but because I had to. I'm here because I'm trying to decide if this life is worth continuing or if it should end here. And for that, I have to go down the hardest path. And having friends and companions, that's the easy way out.
Well, if you ever change your mind about that.
Outside of my strength, I assure you wouldn't want someone like me on your team.
Well, if we're trying to count personalities here, I think there's a one that's missing.
You'll give a half-ass smile to that. I appreciate the gesture, but I'll have to decline.
It's always open if you want it.
He'll nod.
I hope you find whatever challenge you're trying to face.
He'll look back at the sword for a bit longer. I hope I find an end to this.
By the way, about what I said a while back. I would lie to you, but within good reason. My
You
intention
give
isn't
a
to be a snake. No offense, Kodal.
Code will bite you. He'll give a full smile to that. Isn't that why we do isn't that why we commit sin to begin with? Why there's evil? Doesn't always start for a good intention. If enough good intentions stack up, some might say any sin's forgivable.
I don't know if I can see that, but I understand that they're all rooted in some base conception of doing good.
No, don't get me wrong, I don't believe it either. I think there's a certain line that you cross. Once you go past that line, you're not worth more than the dust or the blood that you spill.
And I can agree with you on that.
The smile will drop. Exactly. Now, if you excuse me, if you have Porter handled, I'm going to attend to other matters.
He's already taken up enough of your time.
Fee will simply nod at you guys and leave.
Alright. Back to the room with Porter we go.
All right, you going back to his room or you going back to your room?
Common area first.
All right. Quinn, are you hanging out in the is Sully and Quinn hanging out in the common area?
Wait,
I-
today's Tuesday. Don't we have a team meeting?
Baby.
Oh.
Today is in fact Tuesday, which means after
To be fair, we did
I
discuss where we were going with him.
To be
after I
fair.
talked to Juno, I was gonna head back to the common room regardless.
You all throw Porter's decrepit corpse onto the team meeting floor.
What the
Guys, we
fuck
found-
happened to him?
Do you bring him into the meeting room?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So, Quinn and
I don't know if I'd bring him to the meeting room, and if I saw thinking of that going on now, I would probably have only one of us enter and talk to Barkley about how we found him.
Okay.
Alright.
I can
Who
take him
wants
back
to-
to his room if I need to.
So you're going to his room? Okay.
Yeah.
Erwin, you go, and let's RP. Sully and Quinn, you see Erwin approach you.
Did you find Porter?
We did.
How is he?
Yeah. Beaten, but better off.
I don't think I want to know how he got beaten.
Who's been his best friend the entire day?
Is he still planning on challenging Lorben?
Not anymore, I don't think.
That's good.
Is the team meeting still going on?
Have we seen Barkley since dinner?
He's here. He basically is
Oh.
with you guys essentially. He's just started listening. So I was waiting for a moment to cut in. I didn't want you
Okay.
guys to interrupt your
No,
RP.
you're all good.
Well, at least he's good now, and he's got that silly idea of his head.
I didn't think he'd want to be seen like in his state in front of the entire team, so I told Toto to take him back to his room.
No, that's fair. Well, I don't think we had much to discuss. Everyone seems to be on top of their homework. People were we got the morale up quite a bit with the lunch period being added, though there's still that weird atmosphere. It feels like Team Iron just got even higher up above us with that new rule instated.
It's
I
probably
did what
because they... Oh, sorry. No, you said go.
Say I did what I could for it, but right now they have too much voting power. Need to find a way to take them down a peg, get some more balance.
No, that either means challenging or just working your asses off during classes.
I think it's a bit of both.
Which brings me to a unsettling point. And I'm gonna bring this up with the others, but you guys are, I guess, my de facto crew, along with, and he'll point to Kino and Taps. What are we gonna do about Team Silver?
You
Not-
mean
Good.
after? You mean the aftermath from what Scars is trying to inflict?
More of two things. One, he's a terrible person, but he and his twins he has with him, we can't ignore the fact that they do have significant advantages. I'm not saying we do anything. I just wanted to bring it up. And then the second point is his team he's leaving behind. Based on how things are going now, I doubt Team Iron is going to revoke, with the majority power, the elimination at the end of the week. And seeing how things are standing, Team Silver is going to end up being eaten alive by that rule by the end of the month, or by the end of next month.
If they don't, get expelled for other instances, especially if they don't have motivation.
So we have a choice. Personally, I hate to say it, I wish I was that nice, but I don't think we should take them on. They're not that good, as Scars said, and we can push them, but we'll be putting a lot more burdens on ourselves. And he'll gesture out toward out the door outside of the meeting room. We have our own challenges within the group we still haven't sorted out.
I would rather take them on than take on Scars and the twins.
Or we could take neither on and leave them to their own devices. I'm just saying that Scars and the twins are going somewhere, and they know that they have power. Even if it's not much, it's a tipping scale.
Unless Iron plans to subdivide their group, I don't think they're going to be joining them.
I think their best chance is probably gold or glass. And if either of those teams picks them up, then they'll have numbers on their side when it comes to voting power. So there is benefit to taking them.
Like I said, we don't have to take any of them. I just wouldn't underestimate any of the teams, despite how nice they are.
Mm-hmm.
If they gain more power, they can end up being the next Team Iron. We don't know
Exactly.
anyone's true colors until they have the power to do something.
I think there's some potential in Team Silver. Like, it can't hurt to talk to them. See if there's a couple we can grab out of the bunch that we can shine up.
Well,
As long as Scars is still team leader, there's no way to take majority voting back either, right?
oh yeah, like I said, the teams, they're sinking. They're a sinking ship.
Mm-hmm.
Scars made it very clear yesterday that he does not want to save this team. He's using the cannibalization of Team Silver to boost his own efforts and to put himself in the spotlight.
Yeah. The only benefit to leaving them is if no one else takes them and it buys us time in the automatic eliminations.
Exactly. I say we just leave them to die, or expelled. I didn't sense any strong will from any of them. They don't seem worth it. Scars is interesting, but I doubt you guys have the stomach to bear with him. Yeah, I don't want Scars in this team. I feel bad for the other ones, but I definitely don't want Scars on this team.
I agree that they're too unskilled to make it much farther than they already have. And I'm not saying we should take on Scars because, well, his track record with teams isn't exactly deplorable.
Mhm. I don't think it can hurt to scout out their potential tomorrow.
Sully, what do you
But-
think on this? You've been quiet.
I don't know. All I know is I'm really afraid of Friday.
Speaking of which, do you want to take a moment to try to see if you want to build a team? You can make an announcement on that too.
See, I don't know.
Well, I can't vouch for Porter, but I'm free if you need my help, though I'm not sure how good I am in combat. I've seen it, but I won't say I'm the best. Oh, it sounds like a lot of effort. I'd rather not fight. You never want to fight. Exactly! I want there to be peace and nothing else. We can all have a lovely time and never, see violence.
What if we used a nameless NPC?
James drags a bandit onto the field.
Okay.
If it's true that you go more bestial during combats, you likely would be a poor choice for this event anyways.
Yeah, exactly. I'm a terrible beast, horrible monster. Please don't choose me. I don't want to fight. There's no fun in that, Taps. You have to let the beast out. That's your true self. It's not. It's not my true self. Shut up. That's not my true self.
I think the best way to decide who you want on your team, Sully, would be to come up with a basic strategy.
Keep them as far away from us as humanly possible.
That sounds like a good strategy. Good job, Sully. I agree with that.
Right.
Well, we need to transfer the hook every 12 seconds from my basic understanding of the game.
Which means you have to be able to move quickly, stay away from them, but stay close enough to each other to transfer the hook.
I'm not so certain on what the contact rules are in this sport.
James, how much does Sullivan remember of this horrible, horrible game?
It's basically the biggest outside of actual guild fighting, like straight up just combat. This is the second. Like this is on par to the biggest sport in the tune. In all of the tune like guilds.
And can
So
I
you-
answer the contact question?
What particularly do you mean by contact? What do you mean by contact, Erwin?
Like how physical does it get? Like how much can you beat up on the other team? Essentially, like we
The two
talking
win
hockey,
condition-
rugby, like, or are we talking soccer, where you touch somebody and it's disqualification?
It just falls
No,
to the
no, no,
ground,
no,
starts
it's not-
convulsing.
It's not that you touch someone and disqualification, it's that you touch someone and they make a performance check to disqualify you.
I mean, you're
Oh,
right,
God.
but
Hockey, where everyone gets onto the field and beats the shit out of each other. The puck and goal are just there for optional entertainment.
that's just how you get points.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. The contact is more like rugby.
Oh, okay, so a bit more rugby-ish.
Okay,
But what were
so
those two win conditions you were talking about?
Sorry, I will say the two win condition. It's actually probably be more like hockey actually.
There we go.
yeah,
The two.
So we said we're playing point based, right? Like you
Yeah,
hold it for longer and you have more points.
yes,
Yes, I think
Yeah.
so.
yeah, we said point based.
Rather than whoever has it at the end wins.
Also, I might confuse them, and the popular one might be point based. That might be the common ruling. I think I looked at that wrong. Anyways, the contact. There's two ways of rule. It's the get the most points by the end of it, or the other one is that the other team's either completely unconscious or in a state where they physically can't move for more than 12 seconds. Sorry, 24 seconds. 24 seconds. If they just can't move for 24 seconds, the game automatically ends. If no
if
one,
anyone or the other team?
no one, the entire other team is incapacitated for 24 seconds.
Okay.
The game wins. The game goes to the other team. So when it comes to contact, you are allowed to attack them, hurt them, but if they go down or if they surrender, you cannot.
You have to stop. Yeah.
You have to stop.
Does surrender count as incapacitation, I would assume?
Yes.
Okay.
And because it's not just straight up combat, you can't basically mechanic wise, because it would be different in actual speaking of mechanic wise, you can't attack them. You can't attack someone who isn't holding the hook more than twice in a round.
Okay.
Okay.
What happens if you do?
As you do is that if it's point based, you lose points. So essentially, it's like every round you get 2 points, so you'll lose 2 points. And if it's hold bars, then you're basically penalized. You can't do anything. You're out of the match for like 12 seconds.
Okay.
See ya. But if it's a person with the hook, you can wail on them as much as you want, free reign.
I think our strategy would have to depend on who we're up against, honestly. I mean, I guess we already know that, don't we?
Didn't
You know that they're very physical.
I think that's probably why Scars purposely skipped combat class yesterday with the twins. I saw how they fought. Yeah. Kito says.
Well,
Will you tell us?
Why? Why?
Because it helps the team.
I'm not on the team.
If you tell us, we won't make you join the team.
You promise?
Promise.
It seems
Oh,
like you're on
cool.
Team Wood, but okay.
The twins, they have a weird connection. They share magic. Their souls are connected in the way they can form weapons with it. One uses range. I didn't get a close enough look to see what exactly they're using, and the other one has a flail.
Hmm.
and what about Scars himself?
He's insane. Underneath that coat of his, he has a lot of daggers. He moves them around, almost juggling them across with his opponents, always keeping them in the air. And when he gets a chance, he finds a way to swing them all at you.
Well,
That's
at least
how-
his gambit is quite obvious.
Hard to get through, though. That's why Claire almost got killed by it. It's so much rushing at you at once that if he's quick enough, he's fast enough, you can be taken down before you even get a chance to counterattack.
Your sister... I know you probably haven't seen her train in a while, but is she more... attack-focused, or more well-rounded in defense? Sully?
Too silly.
Well, it kind of depends. She's more offensive than defensive.
But she's not on the team, is she?
No, I was going to bring up that point. She's not really part of the.
Sorry, I'm not
Team.
here. I was just asking because I was confused.
Oh.
Toto's tending to the boy.
Well,
Yeah, I didn't think Clara was competing.
Yeah.
God, I don't want to say what just came into my mind because it sounds so fucking meta. Like not meta game, but like just the word using the word in and of itself would be meta in the game. Because I don't think Erwin should bring up power scaling.
Yeah.
Yes, you see, this is called power creep, and James has been doing it for the past couple of days. Erwin, who's James?
Yes, you see, James has decided that some NPCs will start a higher level than us.
You're
No.
just not realizing that.
God,
Oh, I
no.
realized it when Casper used merit. I know how far on the social tree that is, James.
Or perhaps Casper just doesn't have as many offensive skills as you think.
I mean, we've
That is
seen him in
true.
combat, though.
That's
Well, we haven't seen him in combat, but he has performed well in combat situations.
That's
James,
true.
He
But also,
probably
who
has
was he
at least
with?
one level on us.
That's true. That could be true. But he also has been with a Sylvia each combat.
True. Or Lorben.
Or Lorben. Who knows? Maybe Lorben's a god.
James, you need a solid amount of skill points invested into wards to make them work. That's the magic he does.
Sure.
Sure.
I mean, okay. Anyways, but no, I was just like, well, I wanted to get a good judge. Perhaps your sister underestimated him. If she went in not expecting to be on the defensive against her opponent, it's likely that his flurry of attacks would have taken her out before she even could have done anything.
That's true, but I don't know if you've seen her fight, but she's also rather predictable. She follows a very textbook style. No room for personal flair.
Well, we have one leg up on your sister that she didn't have.
We actually know how he fights.
We understand who he's going to attack and how.
That is true.
Because he's going to attack the ball carrier, of course. I mean the hook carrier, sorry. I say ball because, you know.
Ball!
Because otherwise, I believe he'd be just eating away at his team's points.
It depends, really. We know him to be a bit sadistic, but
He wants to win. And I don't believe he could do that if he started to attack someone with all of those knives that wasn't the hook bearer.
I guess we'll have to see whenever we actually do face him, but I guess you're right.
And as for the twins, we will have to watch out for them, but one melee and one ranged. If we could find a way to deal with both of them, then I believe that would be fairly easy. In fact, the ranged one doesn't seem like she'll be participating in the main portion of the game at all.
So if we take out the close ranged one first, we'll force her to come into play, because he can't hold on to the hook for more than 12 seconds.
If we manage to do that, I would watch out for if he ever got the hook. Because he might force it onto you and then go in for a flurry.
If they get enough of a lead in the start, then Scar seems like the kind of guy that, as Erwin said, would force you to take it and go back and forth like that.
if we have a way to make ranged attacks difficult, like perhaps a method of cover or something of the sort, then maybe we can eliminate one of them from the game entirely for a while.
What you snickering about?
I just thought of a way that Quinn can be useful.
Throw Quinn into the game.
No. Sully, you specialize in darkness, right?
Yeah.
I was thinking perhaps if you could create an area of darkness, or I know with my magic I tend to blind people. That would be a way to take her out of the game, at least temporarily. But I'm not sure what your capabilities are, so. Especially with your ability to move in the darkness, those would combine really well.
I guess it could work, but I'm not too sure.
I feel like we have a good base strategy here. It's a matter of who we think could execute it the best.
Well, I'm not involved in it, so I'm gonna go sleep.
As per your agreement, of course.
Have a nice
Hold
night,
on.
Peanut.
And I guess I wouldn't be needed, so because I'm not good at things like that, so I'll just, go. Someone stops Taps. Taps is gonna scurry away.
And Sully, you also have Toto as an option.
Yeah.
And Barkley's still here.
And if if Porter's still up for it tomorrow, maybe.
I believe Porter will be up to it once he recovers, that is. Do we have anyone who could make cover like that, though?
Not that I can think of. Kalu and we're good at attacking, but not really good at cover. Porter's good at rushing people down. Even if we were thinking about Taps, she's more of an offensive person. We don't really have a lot of defensive people on our team. Well, there was Kino and her spirit things that can run interference, but she's made it very clear she doesn't want to be a part of this.
I was thinking she'd be a good asset, but if she doesn't care about the cause, she's not going to put her all in.
I don't think there's a single thing Kino's cared about so far. Well, she'll need convincing if you want her to join.
You make a fair point.
Okay, out of character here, I think it'd be best just to have 2 PCs, because at least we could coordinate better. Also, it'd be really funny.
You're the one picking them.
Sully, just take 2 NPCs. What are you talking about?
I can try my hardest to avoid most of his dagger strikes. If I know going into... Sorry.
I was going to say, if Erwin's flying, then that forces the ranged person to target him. Whatever you were saying. You said something about preparing.
If I know that I'm going to be going on the defensive, then I can allow myself to prepare a bit more properly against a flurry like that. Perhaps I could fare slightly better than Clara did. Albeit, if I'm wrong, you'll be down a team member.
Still, I think you would be pretty good at facing off against them.
Was there a question directed at me?
No.
Sully, what's your skill set?
Okay.
No, you're good.
All based on attacking long range, and like 2 things are close range.
He's melee. He has reach though.
Yeah.
Okay.
Got long strike, long shot.
He's gotten a
It's
lot more attack
essentially
abilities now.
Yeah.
Melee.
And I've got 2 maneuvers. Holding, hit, and trip.
See, they can't move.
So it sounds like Sully would be facing off against their 2 frontliners, more than likely. The range, you either need to run interference, like with cover, or rush him. Her, sorry.
So looks like your best option might be Sully runs defense to the ball carrier, which can be switched between him and Irwin. And that leaves you with a 3rd spot, which, if we're trying to match off with people, you could ask Toto. Doesn't he have a good way? He doesn't know his way around a bow?
It's true. Toto is a marksman, I believe.
And as he said, the snake provides another set of hands, per se.
Perhaps we should see if he's up to the task before we do it, though.
Mm-hmm.
Well, those are just options. Anyways, let's finish. Let's get this meeting over with. We've been talking to ourselves a little bit too long.
Sorry, I rambled about strategy.
No, you're fine. We gotta make sure Sully doesn't end up failing a test and get his sister's arm broken.
I prefer that not to happen.
Well, maybe next time you don't have an adrenaline rush without the, thinking slightly.
I don't even remember what happened yesterday.
All right. From now on, if Sully has an adrenaline rush, he cannot make decisions until tomorrow.
Sounds good to me.
Mm-hmm.
So
That's our final verdict for the meeting.
with that, he will discuss the meeting. Out of the other teams, it's sort of a majority are saying they don't want scars. A few, one agreed that scars might be a good idea. And before it comes to Team Silver, they're very indecisive, very split room.
Okay. So, in the morning, I'll talk to Team Silver, see if there's any diamonds in the rough there.
All right. Is there anything people are doing before curfew hits?
I think we need to ask Toto how good they'd be, how good they'd feel being on the team, and that's about it.
Toto, the door to Porter's room opens. Their room's a mess, by the way. Half is probably Porter.
I figured it looks like. Okay, never mind. I can't be mean.
You walk in. It's Mike's
It
room.
looks like the
You walk in.
Yeah, it's Mike's room. There you go.
Or the apartment.
Yeah, you can just say the apartment. You're allowed to be mean.
What's the apartment?
It looked like the apartment when James left. Yeah.
Damn.
For those of you at home, Garrett and friends are stinky bitches.
Alright.
So you walk in, and you see it is just a mess. One door has a bunch of it's like looks like daggers are stuck into them. Like there's a lot of chipping on the walls. That's probably Porter's room. One door looks completely normal. Uh,
Probably
one
Barkley's.
one door has a pillow fort on the outside of it to protect from something, and the other one, the door swung open and there's like just covers just spilling out. And then after a while, as you're sort of like tending to Porter, you see Kino walk in, and she does it. She lands on top of the covers and just falls asleep.
Yeah, I figured that was her room.
And then Taps comes afterwards, and she jumps over a pillow for it and closes the door.
I guess the rooms. Let's go.
And eventually, you will see Erwin come back with with Barkley. Erwin and what Sully go to confirm what?
Sully's
or do
actually going to go start crafting or enchanting.
Okay. And you go in.
I thought Sully was gonna talk to Toto.
That's Erwin.
Yeah.
Oh.
I guess I'm taking over here. It's alright.
Erwin, you enter the room.
Toto. You didn't miss
Yeah?
much at the meeting.
Oh, that's good.
How's Porter looking?
He's gonna need to sleep it off, but Kotal got most of it, I think.
So, you know the stupid challenge that Sully's gotten himself into?
Do we have a plan going in?
Some outlines. I stated a few things that we can't even begin to try and fill. Tactics that we are inadequate with our current members to enact. But we have a few strategies and predictions as to what they might do. Although they do have a ranged, bit of a sniper, I suppose.
Sniping's a good job, mate.
Sniping's a good job, mate. And to match that, you're actually probably the best marksman on the team.
That's a low bar, but,
What about me? Random guy number 4 says.
Random guy
Shut
number
up.
4, you shouldn't be in
Shut
this
up.
room.
Shut up,
Who
random
let
guy
you
number
in,
4.
random guy number 4?
Come
Well, I
back
got a
when you're
cross spec.
main character.
Back when you're main character.
Come back when you're a named character.
that's a low bar, but I'm willing to join the team if I'm wanted.
Kotal is also an extra set of hands, as people have been pointing out.
Yeah. She can protect whoever's holding the hook and then take it from them when she needs to.
I know it's an attuned game, but do they have rules for Beastmaster pets?
Amendment number 451, the Tree Hugger Amendment.
James,
A
would I know
beast-
if they did that? If a Beastmaster has ever played in one of these?
Your tribe travels in Guild Troy a lot. Beastmasters of Enter, they've made an amendment to the rule that if a beast touches the hook, it's considered you touching the hook as well. So you can't pass it off between each other.
Okay, so you can't pass it off
Okay.
like between you and your own pet, but
Yeah.
your pet could
But
pass
you
to
can
another
pass it
teammate.
to my pet.
And
So
we can pass it
basically,
to
I
that.
can stay back
Mhm.
while Kotal takes over being the ball bearer.
Also, the other amendment is that a pet you cannot pass it to a pet that's currently been ridden by you or that you are riding.
Okay.
That won't really hurt us.
But what if it's riding you?
That's why I
Like
said
Kotal's on someone's shoulders.
Sorry, I didn't clarify. If you are riding it or if it's being ridden by one of the team members, you basically if the riding's involved, you can't pass it to the person riding and the rider.
Or it
Okay.
is riding on one of the team members. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. But that just means that she'll be right next to them instead, because so long as she's within 5 feet, she can still
Mhm.
protect and take.
Those are fairly doable rules, and I believe that adds a little more versatility to what we can do.
So if we've got a plan and I'm invited, I'm willing to help Sully out.
We have a couple more days to come up with a final plan, but I believe that the three of us are the best people to execute it.
Fair enough to me.
Sounds like you guys got that. Well, if you excuse me, I'm gonna get some shut-eye.
Yeah, I think we should all follow suit.
Yeah, Barkley, about that. Would it be alright if I stayed in here with Porter for the night?
It doesn't bother me. He's probably gonna scream at you in the morning, though.
I can bear with it, I think.
As long as you don't think Porter would report this to the headmaster, I think you'll be fine.
He's not that much of a wimp when it comes to that.
I was more joking, but it is still a violation of the rules.
He'll smile. I was too. Plus, technically, it's not unless you're going into Porter's room. Actually, they didn't specify rooms. We all own this dorm, so I gave permission. You can't do anything.
That's fair.
Anyways, see you guys go. So Sully, you said enchanting. What is your plan?
I want to make an item that can disguise other items.
That's actually an enchant. Okay, I'll get back to you on that. Mainly because I've recently updated enchanting, so there's a different process.
Okay. Oh, yay. Totally just doing this so you can test out the new enchanting.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Well, we
we're
always
gonna play test.
we always
planned
talk
this.
about James's new implementations into the system, and we're like, how are we going to bring these into the session?
Yeah, so we all agreed that in order to like pressure you into making a social system, I had to play a social character. And
Quinn
we
had to
heard you were doing some
physically-
enchanting. Sully really likes enchanting, so we got to make sure to test it.
Quinn purposely, not just that, not Rebel just being dumb. Quinn purposely locked himself out of any combat at all in the game.
I
took every avenue that they possibly could to avoid combat. That's just not that Rebel would never do that.
That wasn't intentional. I will say that. However, since I'm already down this road, it takes a lot of effort to cut to the other road.
Took literally every single avenue possible to make sure they never see a day of combat. I literally have to raid the school for you to see combat.
Hey, if Sully had provided a good enough argument, Quinn might have joined.
All right. So, Sully's working on that. Quinn, are you just sleeping?
Well, probably like practice a little bit on the song he's working on, but then I'll go to sleep. He owns a lute, so I'll have to go to the classroom for it.
And Erwin, are you just heading to bed afterwards? Do you have other plans for curfew?
Erwin might just brush up on some things, maybe try and do some homework, like nothing that I have to really actively do. Although I do have one thing. Erwin's gonna look at the just the lock situation on the doors.
Yeah.
Just what is that?
So it looks like it's a standard lock.
Okay,
Nothing
but
special on it. Key lock.
But there's one for each of the rooms.
There's a lock on the door, you mean?
Yeah, for each of the bedroom areas.
Yeah, there's a I didn't mention this, but you guys did have keys to your own rooms.
Okay.
There was a key to the main door, and there was a key to your room.
Cool. No, I was just curious.
You all have 2 keys. Yeah.
All right, we good.
So we'll start with Erwin. There's a knock on the door. And even though Quinn's in the living room, Quinn's not paying attention to the door or would be able to even discern that there's a knock on the door.
Quinn does not know that there's a knock.
Okay,
and Sully's muttering to himself in his room.
What time is this?
This is like probably an hour before curfew.
But like, but when did I get back?
Your meeting's like at 9. Curfew's like at 11:59. So it's like 10-ish.
All right. Yeah, all right. Erwin will probably just make sure everything's all right with himself, and then go out and open the door, perhaps a little slowly.
All right. And then you get shot. No, you see.
And then you wake up in a room and Gentle's dead.
Not again.
Not again. You open the door and then you see waving at you is Court.
Oh, I assume you're here for that fucking Quinn. Jeez, total name blank.
Hi, I have a name.
You see that she'll snicker and she'll point at you. She'll point at your hair.
And what about it?
And then she'll sort of gesture to you. And then just put messy. Then she'll wink at you. Do you clean yourself up more?
I might in just a sec.
Wait.
But I'll gesture to Quinn, who's in the. I'll hold the door open and gesture to Quinn, who's just in the living room.
She'll nod, and then she'll skip in real quick and like wave her hands so Quinn notices.
Okay, Quinn notices.
Well, this is signing, by the way, so you don't understand this, Erwin.
Oh, it's all right. I probably wouldn't be watching them anyways.
I'm sorry to disturb, but Barrett said that he can meet you after dinner on Tuesdays and Thursdays.
I didn't realize you were actually scheduling that for me.
I said I would. Why would I lie?
You have a point.
You don't have to go at just, yesterday. Just, and she'll smile. It's if you want to. He likes to hang out in the music room, so he'll just be there, whether you're there or not. So.
All right. I suppose that's my new Tuesday, Thursday plans.
Good. That's all I wanted. You have fun.
Me too.
She'll say goodnight. Then if you're still in the room, Erwin, she'll make a little ice sculpture that just says goodnight and then leave.
Everyone will go look at himself in the mirror.
Yeah, you look messy.
Yeah.
But
Be like
no one was
that.
watching, so.
Yeah. It is almost curfew. It is Betty by time.
Maybe she was flirting with you.
That too.
He
Uh,
still has to look.
Erwin
and
gets all the
check.
girls.
Exactly. So, one more cutaway before we end.
Mhm.
Toto,
Do I get yelled at?
you are sleeping. Eventually, you would fall asleep. And in your dreams, it's a very strange dream. Normally you have this sort of like weird fogginess, like that lightness, like you are sleeping, like you are dreaming. But this feels real. Everything that's happening in this dream feels real. It's broken up into different parts. You're looking at that book, the Pathfinder book, and then you're handing it to someone. You're handing it to a girl. She grabs it and throws it back at your face. Never. It's never going to happen. Aggression in her voice. You turn around to pick up the book that she threw at you, and you see your friends on the ground, bleeding profusely, in the hallways of the school. You stumble backwards and then you hit a brick wall. You turn around to see what you hit, what should be a desk, and what you see is an open wilderness with creatures staring at you. Next to you is Sully, bleeding, hurting, and then behind is Taps. I'm sorry. I'm gonna lose it. I'm gonna lose it. Please leave before I lose it. Then you're back from the girl who threw the book at you. It's never going to happen. It dies with me. This dies with me. You wake up. It's morning.
What the fuck?
Oh, what happened? You see Deporto stirring awake.
Oh. I guess it is time to go to breakfast.
The creepy old man sleep in my room. Gross.
Hey, I didn't have the limb strength to get back up and go to my own room, so I just thought I'd chill here.
I'm gonna call the guards or something.
You can try, but I don't think they'd enter an old man like me.
Thanks, Toto.
Anytime you need it, buddy.
Throw a pillow at you. Get out, I need to change.
Ah. Right. Vicious pillows everywhere. And I'll go back to my own room.
Early in the morning, sorry. We're gonna end the session here actually with this.
Okay.
Quinn,
Yeah.
someone taps you on the shoulder as you're sleeping.
What the fuck?
Waking you up in a startle as your blurry eyes focus and all you see
The panic.
is a very large man.
Panic?
Panic? Why'd she say it like panic?
Is it time to
There's-
panic now?
Extremely large man. Looks very familiar to you. He's one of the tots.
Oh.
You see Edward staring down at you, and you simply, it takes you a minute, but you realize he's saying cloud watching time.
The most important.
Thank you.
And he picks
Thank
you
you.
up by
Oh,
your
fuck.
shirt and drags you out of bed.
God.
And as you're on the floor with the door open, he walks out and turns to you and says, 1 minute. It's time for the clouds. And he leaves.
Okay, I have 1 minute to get ready, James.
We're going to pull the camera back there
God.
with a very confused and scared Quinn.
Amazing.
A very confused and scared Toto for very different reasons, and a muttering, going half insane Sully as he's digging his grave deeper and deeper. Hope you guys enjoyed.
Rest in peace, Sully.
I'll see you
We'll
guys
miss you,
next
buddy.
time.